for it.
Good afternoon, welcome to Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. It's round 14, a Black Diamond Cup action between the Newcastle City Blues and the Cardiff Hawks. Both teams using this ground as their home ground in 2015, and what a terrific surface and date is for footy today. Newcastle City coming up a loss last week at the hands of Terrigal Avoca. Their 9 wins, 3 losses in 2015. Cardiff just with the solitary win in 2015. Their 1 win, 11 losses. They've been pretty impressive in the second half of 2015, however, and I must say, looking at their side today, it's probably one of their stronger outfits they've put on the park. My name's Ryan Webster. Joining me today will be Gary Birkinshaw. He's had a big day, Gary, calling 3 women's football games. Speaking of, the last one was a sensational win by Warners Bay, a 3-point victory over Newcastle City. Hopefully we see another great game here. So just about ready for a start. Newcastle City will be going to the left of screen. The Cardiff Hawks going to the right in their traditional gold and maroon outfit. So away we go. It's round 14 action from Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. And straight away, we'll have a redo of the bounce. Good afternoon, Gary.
G'day, Ryan. How are you, mate? Great to be here. Fantastic. That's a bit windy, though, but that'll be favouring to the right of the screen, which I think we said that's the way the Cardiff are heading. So I think it'll be important to get off to a good start.
Absolutely. The ball goes forward straight away for Cardiff, and down there with a clever little nudge was Gibson. They kicked the first goal of the game, Cardiff, in 28 seconds. So Cardiff straight away on the board, and it's through their veteran Gibson. Absolutely. Liam Gibson there pushed his opponent under the ball, did it really well without infringing, and kicked a goal, Gary, straight off the bat, the Hawks.
I said they had to get off to a good start, and that's probably even better than what I thought they would have done, but really good play by Gibson. He's up forward. Great. I'm looking forward to seeing Gibbo play. He's been a fantastic servant of the game, and look at that. If they can get off to it, they need to stay with Newcastle City. They pushed them for a lot of the match last time.
Yeah, this is the second game we've done this year between these two sides. Could even be the third
game, yeah.
Third, is it? Yes.
Love doing these sides.
And certainly no love lost between them. And it was a competitive match. You said it exactly right when they met here. It was just in the second half that Newcastle City got on top, and it was well rucked again down there by Clinton James. Good hard tackling pressure early, similar to the Tigers last night, Gary.
Oh, we can talk about them all day if you like. At the end of the day, it was only Hawthorn. Most sides beat Hawthorn, I think. So,
Exactly right. Wheeling around there was Liam Dwyer kicking into full forward, but it was well chopped off down there by Jolliffe. So he goes out now towards centre wing. It was a bit of an untidy kick. Getting there first will be Hillier. A little bit fumbly. Right-hand handball was chopped off there by the City player. It still bobbles around out on that far wing, and they go forward again to centre half forward. The target will be Pat Gillingham. Couldn't take a grab. He's got strong hands. Will be important. Off to the coach, Mitch Knight. Good tackle there. Did he have prior opportunity? Play on was the call. Bouncing around at centre half forward still for Newcastle City, and it's Haig who gets the handball out, and they're out a little bit here. It's good pace down there shown by, I can't say who that player was. It might have been Gran.
Yep.
Still bouncing around again. Good pressure from Newcastle City, but they're out. Puopolo Gran, I like to call him, Gary. On the Dustwood Hound a few weeks ago last time they played here. It'll be a free kick going to the skipper in Koshin, right in the middle of the ground for a holding. So Trent Thompson.
Yeah, they're up and about Cardiff at the moment. That intensity they're going to keep going as Gibson has a chance there. Could have got a free kick for a high tackle there.
Play on's the call, so Thompson in there for the Hawks. He was running back with the flight of the footy, trying to take a grab. Ends up in the hands of Wilmot, and away goes City through centre half back. Mr. Consistent, Ian Baker. He's had a great season. Goes in the Gillingham direction. Just bounced in front of him. Was a bit of a half volley. Crawford's there for the Blues, as is Wheeler. He got there first, but it's well done to Mayo. Wheeling around for Maddock. Ball go over the boundary line. Opening stages here. Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. It's 1 straight kick. 6 points to Cardiff. Liam Gibson, the goal kicker in the first 28 seconds. Newcastle City yet to score. Important to thank Bar TV, the production guys, for putting this on today, and also our major sponsor, Wilson Security. So boundary throw in down there in the hands of Adlington in the 13 jersey today. It ends up with Thompson. He kicks to no one in particular. The first player there will be Luke Rawnsley for Newcastle City, and he's got a paddock, Gary. Yeah,
pretty frustrated there with Nick Coach. He made good position out in the pocket, but Thompson just kicked it out into the open area. So they need to do their structures really well. Otherwise, Newcastle City will really kill them on the turnovers. As Dwyer gets a handball back, it comes down to Mitch Knight. He swoops it out wide there. That is out there by Wilmot. He's a classy footballer. He's going to go in there looking for Jackson Crawford, and he takes the mark.
So Jackson Crawford usually plays a small forward role. He's got the footy about 70 metres out. This is when they typically go for Knight. He was pretty well held last week, Courtney Knight, by James Hart of Terrigal in about a 6-goal loss. So Newcastle City still pressing here, but good pressure there from Cardiff. Through the middle of the ground already. They look a little bit more clean. Cardiff, as Gary has said, they're going to have to play an absolute four-quarter effort if they are to push Newcastle City today. They've got some good ins, Newcastle City, Josh Wheeler, Jacob Dawson, Sam Payne, but also as well for Cardiff with Grant, Ryan, Dalton and Jolliffe coming back into the side.
Well, it just shows though, Ryan, if you can keep the pressure up there, look, you can get closer. So like Hawthorn applied good pressure. That enabled them to stay within 18 points last night at Richmond. So, it probably shows if you can work really hard.
How long are you going to talk about it for, guys?
I mean, 2.5 hours. It's good. Oh, that's a good mark by Gillingham.
Strong mark. Mentioned it earlier. He's got strong hands. He's had a pretty good 2015 as well, has Pat Gillingham. And he'll line up from about 25 metres out, slight angle. So Gillingham just lumbers in, right foot kick. Goal umpire doesn't move too much. It might have hit the post, actually, right at the top of the post. So the first score for the day for Newcastle City will be a behind, courtesy of Gillingham.
Good eyes there, Ryan. That was very good,
I saw
mate.
it shake, Gary, yeah.
Don't think it was the wind.
No.
Because I can see the trees shaking in the back. I know the ball hasn't hit them.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Gaz. A little bit of a breeze here. I'm not sure what side it's favouring. You think to the left,
I reckon it's favouring to the right. I reckon
right,
it's going
actually.
right
okay,
down
so
there.
Cardiff's in.
Yeah, yep.
So Hillier, good footballer Hillier.
Yes.
Goes out wide to Haig. Really liked his game a few weeks back against Terrigal. Well walked under the ball there was Dalton. Did well. And Baker sees it over the line.
See Luke Rawnsley back in his more familiar position down back this week. He played up forward last week, so they've got him down back. And
they just look a better side, don't they, when he's in the team?
Yeah.
Such a general, as is Baker.
Yeah. He's taken up his position against Nick Koshin.
Interesting throwing there from the boundary umpire. Had a little bit of a diagonal feel to it.
And a look as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There might be Adlington in there. Play on was the call. So Cardiff get out here and they drive it towards full forward. Gibson playing on Baker. Gibson, I like the fact that they're down there. They're looking to kick a score today, Cardiff. Also down there is Thompson looking to play full forward. And Koshin in the forward 50 also. It's
been good, Thompson, hasn't he, since they've moved him up forward. Chips in with his 2 or 3 goals every game, and that's what they're going to need him today as well.
Yeah, in flashes he looks really good. I think Coach Dugan would really like to see him put 4 quarters together, and I think if he would, he'd be one of the premier players of the comp.
Yeah, he's only young. He's only in his second season. He probably wouldn't have played any more than probably, 15 first-grade games of football at most, I would have thought.
Yeah, exactly right. So Carroll there. They advance it to back in Crawford. He's played half of the year so far and he's looked pretty good. Goes down in the Haswell direction. Another good year from him. There's Tom Gordon. Just paddling the ball in front of him. Couldn't take clean possession. Does now, but he's tackled straight away. Haswell. Left-handed handball inside. No one in particular. Down there's Grant. Was tackled well by Carroll. Play on was the call. It was in the tackle. Jack Gillingham goes back, goes to ground, dives on it, does well, takes possession and handballs off to Mark Wheeler. So Mark Wheeler comes out to the broadcast side looking for Crawford. It was a great kick in the end. I don't know if it was intentional. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So Crawford goes to centre half forward, taken here by Pat Gillingham. He wants to move it quickly. Knight leads for him and he goes for Knight. So one-on-one contest here for Courtney. Goes over his head. Well done there by the fullback Vukovic, the goalkeeper. They rush it through. One behind Newcastle City, Gary.
I just want to make a comment on that play there. One of the things we found last week when they played Terrigal Vega was the fact that they were very Courtney Knight. They didn't have enough avenues to goal. And even that bit of play there then, Courtney Knight had 2 Cardiff players on him and they still went to him. They need to find alternative players. It was David Grant through the middle.
So here's Grant. That's how he won his play of the day a few weeks ago. He kicks long and misses to the left, but he had the whole corridor then, David Grant. It's the quickest way home, and on a ground like Newcastle number 1, it's really only 2 long kicks and you're in the goal square.
Yeah, so they just need that. Courtney Knight's a very good player, so he's always going to attract the football. But sometimes you've got to say, look, sorry, Courtney, you may not be the best option. We'll go somewhere else. Yeah,
absolutely right. So Jack Gillingham here, half-back flank, goes out towards centre wing, and it's a pretty good kick. He goes for Dwyer. So Dwyer, outnumbered here, got a left-handed handball back to Haswell, back to Dwyer, now in the hands of O'Malley. So O'Malley towards centre half forward. Good contest there from Tom Gordon. Forced to draw and the ball's on the ground. This will probably be a ball up. It is. Centre half forward here, 8 minutes played. Cardiff lead by 1 straight goal. Yeah, good standard footy at the moment. Both sides are up and about. Both sides good skill level, looking to play a fast game of footy. Absolutely. So Punch goes over the top down there from the City Ruckman. Wilmot couldn't take clean possession. Down there's Mark Wheeler, the big body. That's what they have. And it's probably, the last time they played, they didn't put on a great deal of scoring pressure early, Gary. I don't think they had as many avenues to goal, Cardiff. Yes. They're going to Trent Thompson. We know he's a good player, but still a young player, as you said. So Wilmot puts it on the right boot. He misses that one. He misses all posts. It was out on the full to the near side. Important to thank our BLK, the official apparel supplier of the Black Diamond League, as well as your team, the Tigers, Brisbane Lions, GWS as well. have a great footy jumper. So only a 2-point loss last week for Cardiff. That was at the hands of Warners Bay. And as we know, Newcastle City went down to the undefeated Panthers at Baddo Bay. So it goes back inside again. It was a perfect way to pass. It must have been touched. Crawford, now the handball out. It's well done. Ends up in the hands of James. Snaps around the body and misses as well. Should have kicked that one. I think he had it was Dempsey, beg your pardon. Nick Dempsey had more time than he thought. Put it on the right boot. Missed to the near side.
Yep, got to make the most of their opportunities. Cardiff certainly doing pretty well at the moment.
Absolutely competitive, and you'd expect them to be. So Metcalf just off one step, kicks it about 60 metres. The breeze certainly going their way.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed with that contest out there, though, would Adam Dugan would be. That's an uncontested mark. And Josh Wheeler, good to see him back for Newcastle City. That's a spearing kick. Oh, that's a nice hands.
Gee. Oh. He's going to pay a free kick, I think. Is he? No?
Nah.
So it's a great, he's got one of the best set of hands in terms of not juggling the ball. Just a clean grab. That's very hard to play on, let me assure you.
Courtney Knight we're talking about. He certainly he had an early loop there as well. But Knight, right boot strikes the ball. Oh, he's missed that the narrow side.
So they've kicked just the 4 behinds to Newcastle City. 1-1 to Cardiff. Newcastle City probably doing the bulk of the attacking, but just not hitting the scoreboard in a goal sense anyway. Another average kick out there from Metcalf, but it finds his target on this occasion. And on a half-back flank. Who's that out there, Gary?
Spriggs, is it?
Maybe Spriggs in the C. I don't think it is. Anyway, he goes to centre wing. And it's Jack Gillingham who cuts it off there on centre wing for Newcastle City. He's going to kick it into the middle of the ground. This has to be a good kick. It wasn't really on that occasion. It just sat too high in the air. Gee, I love Grant the way he plays. Wasn't a great handball on that occasion. Baker mops up and now kicks to centre half forward. One-on-one contest. Well done there. Reading the ball brilliantly was Metcalf. He's a good player as well. Ends up in the hands of Vukovic in the 13. Play-on's the call advantage for a high tackle. So it's Jolliffe on centre wing out in the broadcast side. Terrible handball to Haig. You have to hit that handball in senior footy. Ends up with Pat Gillingham and away they go. Newcastle City the turnover. Wilmot on his left side. He's a skillful player. Goes to full forward. Reading it well again was Metcalf. Doesn't lose too many one-on-one battles. Little underground handball down there came from Maddock. It's locked in. But that handball out on centre wing when it's uncontested at his bootstraps.
Josh, he just come off the ground, Josh. He knew it as well. Yeah, he's filthy on himself for that. But they're building up really well there. And that was, like I said, he was away. And I'm happy with the way they're set up at the moment, Cardiff. I'm really, really impressed with that. Their endeavour there. There's commitments there. They've got a good open forward. Well done, Sam Haig.
So Haig away on centre wing. Has a bounce with the left hand and puts it on the left boot. Just kicks it into space. 2-on-1. It's Harder-Carnan and Rawnsley here with Thompson. And it might roll through. Doesn't roll through. Goal umpire gives all the impressions he's going to give it, and he does. Second goal of the day there for Cardiff, courtesy of Sam Haig. A running bounce. Early contender for play of the day, Gary.
Yeah, look, I was probably going to be a little bit critical of Sam Haig then, sort of saying, well, just kicking into an open forward. I'm not sure that was the play. It was a 2-on-1, but, Sam, he knows how to kick him with the wind there. Got the end over end and bouncing. So well done to Cardiff. Another good reward.
He might have a bit of pork knuckle on his mind now. He'd be thinking, gee, I might get myself a German restaurant voucher here for that effort.
We been there yet?
I haven't, mate. I'm from the Central Coast.
Yeah, the cameraman has been ready to spot on.
Oh, yeah, we're getting good signals.
We'll just keep moving. I suppose ours will be in the mail, no doubt. Our invitation, no doubt, be in the mail. But great to have him on board.
Absolutely. Yep. So Dawes now doing the ruck work. He started actually for them, for Newcastle City. Up against Regan Bowe in the 26th. Sam Payne, they missed him last week against Terrigal. Vukovic, was he taken high? He ducked, he was. Adlington, beg your pardon.
It's all right.
So Adlington. Winning a few free kicks here, Cardiff, which generally means you're putting your head over the footy and you're creating a good contest. So they go down there for Mick Ryan. He takes a good mark there at centre half forward. Wheels around quickly onto the white boot. One-on-one contest here for Koshin. Used his body beautifully. So in the back, I don't agree with that. I think that was all backside anyway.
Yeah. Was it early?
Yeah, but maybe a millisecond.
Yeah. Can't make millisecond or anything, mate. Early. But I agree with you, though. I think it was play on. He didn't take the mark anyway, but Wilmot's going to bring the ball out through the back. He doesn't waste the ball and he finds Sam Payne.
Lovely kick of the foot, isn't he, Wilmot? Just looks all right technically.
He's a classy player.
You're a big fan of him, aren't you, guys?
I am. I am a big fan of Andrew Wilmot. As this time it goes in the middle, there is O'Malley. He chips out wide. Courtney Knight. I thought Courtney Knight was going to run and take that on the chest, but Dempsey chipped in. So Knight has to go back there. Misses his brother Mitchell. So he's going to go back towards the centre wing and pick it up. He goes now, swings on the left boot. But then he's right, goes there to Jack Gillingham and he finds him just about in the centre circle.
You can see Emerson Monk is streaming forward. He's unmanned. He's come straight off the bench. They're not going to go to him. Oh, well done. Josh Wheeler just kept his eyes on the footy. Must have been touched or he dropped it. Not sure. Play on was the call anyway. It'll be a ball up. about 45 metres out from Newcastle City's goal.
Good call there by Aidan Cattell. Great to see a local umpire, junior umpire, back here. He's made his way, made his NEAFL debut a couple of weeks ago, so he's back here umpiring back in his own region, which is fantastic, and he was in the ideal position to see that.
Field umpires today, Joseph O'Brien, Darryl Luck and Aidan Kittle. On the boundary, Cooper Williams, Jacob Johnson, and in goal, Riley Luck and Paul Best. So his secondary ball up here, about 40 metres from Newcastle City's goals. They've done a fair bit of attacking just for the 4 behinds registered thus far. Good pressure in tight early. We mentioned Richmond. That's how they beat Hawthorn last night. Cardiff will have to do the same. They'll have to win the contested footy. They're out here, though, through, it might have been Mitch Knight. Ends up with Emerson Monk. Plenty of time to line up the big ones. Just sat up in the breeze. I thought that was coming back, Gaz. Thought it had a bit of draw. It had a bit of the slices about it.
Yeah.
Similar to your 7-iron.
Oh, mine goes further than that, right, mate. Trust me.
So, Metcalf. Lovely right foot drop punt of the footy. Goes to Mayo. Watches the footy there, Mayo. Had a good leap at it, but couldn't take the grab. Down there's, might have been O'Malley. Now with Mark Wheeler. So he wheels around on the right boot. Just goes to the hot spot and Courtney Knight. Knight. He's got a good leap at the footy. Ends up with Monk again. Couldn't take clean possession. Now he does. Left foot, snap towards goal. Goalkeeper Gordon was back there. Ends up going through for a behind. So 6 behinds now to Newcastle City. Nearly 15 and a half minutes played here at Newcastle number 1.
Yeah, so holding up pretty firm at the moment, Cardiff. They certainly had their opportunities, Newcastle City, but a lot of them are under pressure. I think it just goes to show how hard it'll be to score at the other end of the ground with the wind. And that kick there is marked there by Luke Rawnsley. He's going to go across the centre of the ground there, and it's going to be marked across there. That was Jack Gillingham. So Gillingham between half back and centre goes across the half foot, and a good spot out there is Mitch Crawford. He can't take the mark, however, but he's got plenty of time to get back on it. Swings back on the left boot, looks to go in short. Where's his options up there? And a good mark by Pat Gillingham. And he's going to go back and have a chance to kick Newcastle City's first goal of the game.
Just looking across the ground at the two teams from this angle, they just have the bigger bodies. Newcastle City, against any side in the competition, they probably do. But when they go forward, I think there's no doubt they're a better overhead marking team. And this guy's a great example. So Gillingham, he'll kick right from the paint pretty much. Right foot drop punt. Looks like that one might have squirted out to the right as well. They've missed a few out that side. They still trail Cardiff. Cardiff kicking straight here early on.
About making the most of the opportunity, I reckon. I don't think Cardiff would have had more than probably 4 or 5 inside 50s, if that, and they've been able to, 2 goals, 1, while Newcastle City just about been camped inside their 50.
Yeah, one of Cardiff's goals coming from about 90 metres out, so didn't even have to go inside 50 for it.
Yeah.
Mark there taken by Maddock, centre half back. Just kind of fell into his lap there. Goes out to centre wing, looking for Gordon. Play on here, so they're out a little bit here, Cardiff through Mayo. Handball back inside to Gordon, and he goes... Scrubby kick underground, ends up in the hands of Hillier, who's a pretty classy user of the footy. Goes out further wide to Ryan. He looks fit, Ryan. Now Hillier again to Trent Thompson. They're parked into the flank. It did go out of bounds. Yeah. Boundary throw in half forward flank. Mick Ryan looks up and about.
Looks pretty good. He missed a couple through unavailability, so it enabled his fitness to come back in. But I think the passage of play there, one thing I noticed from Cardiff was just a little fumbles. Yeah, it wasn't the clean. And just put them under just a fraction more of pressure. So, if they can get that, once they get, that's a confidence thing. Once you're confident, you're going to take the ball. There's Koshin. He's pretty confident. No worry about that. Trent Thompson, can he get it? Can't off the ground, rush through.
It was well done there. I think it was Mark Wheeler. It hit his foot. It was Dustin Fletcher stuff in the international rules.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit there, Thompson, though.
Certainly need him today. Looks a tall kid, Thompson.
Yeah, he does. He just needs to chip in. We're not expecting miracles from him. He can just chip in with a couple of goals. That's all they're asking for him. Goes down the centre of the ground. Over the back there, Vukovic also there is Jack Gillingham, stolen from him. That time was Maddock. It's going to be a ball up.
Darryl Luck there doing the bowling up, and it was a bit of a bonanza today at Newcastle number 1. The girls have been busy in their competition.
It's been a brilliant day of football. Ryan, to be perfectly honest, had all 6 women's matches here as part of women's round, and gee, it was a colourful. There was plenty of noise being made in the last game. It was an absolute cracker. That wasn't an absolute cracker of a kick there by Adlington, however, and it's chipped off there, but they'll get it there as it goes out of bounds on the full.
So out of bounds on the full here on the broadcast side will be Hillier with the footy here for Cardiff. Good pressure from Cardiff. That's all you can ask early, although we did see that last time these two played. Newcastle blew them away in the second term. Ends up there with Dalton. So Dalton in the 14 for Cardiff. He's got the breeze with him. We've got a good angle of this one. He'll have to carry the footy probably 55 metres from there. Yeah,
I think wind would nearly be probably almost directly behind him, but be careful it doesn't swing across the front of the goal. Oh, that's a nice kick.
So he misses that one to the near side as well. Second behind there for the Hawks. They lead 14-7. We're just about into time on here. At least they've kind of withstood the pressure early from Newcastle City. The Blues here setting up their huddle in the middle of the ground, not choosing to lead. We saw this last week actually against the Panthers. They sometimes elect to go straight up the middle of the ground, and they do on this occasion again to no one in particular. Uncontested was Zach Metcalf. It just didn't work. Is that 50 metres? No. So Metcalf, who have they got to lead? This is where they're going to have their issues most likely. He goes for, it's a pretty good kick. Has it got the right weight? Strong mark. Taken it down there by... is
that Gordon?
Might be Gordon. Gordon in the number 4.
Tom Gordon, another youngster coming through. So they've got plenty of good young kids coming through, Coven. They all along it's been a rebuilding year. You know, okay, they might probably going to end up with a wooden spoon, but it's certainly been a rebuilding year. They have to put in the building blocks in place for the future.
So Gordon goes back, just kind of prods at it.
Bit of a
Didn't
jab,
really kick through the footy.
Bit of a jab.
And goes through for a behind. So
they're going to need to make the most of those opportunities.
Absolutely.
They're not going to get a lot of them.
Yep. So Rawnsley again.
What?
Was there a free kick there to Newcastle City for high? It will be. It'll go to Dempsey.
Disappointing by Matic there because they actually had the numbers card.
Absolutely.
I questioned that long kick in because they got numbers behind the ball.
It's obvious as well, wasn't it?
Oh, they're out here though. Whoever has, he's going to take this and he can go. Just can't go. Where's their next option? Crawford's calling for it long. He's going to go out wide though to Jackson Crawford. Not sure that's the right option from there. As Courtney Knight comes in right on the boundary line. It's tapped in by Cardiff. I think they'd be more happy for it to go out of bounds. Josh Wheeler's in there. Goes in as his full 150% effort. High tackle there. He's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, it's going to go the way of Newcastle City there. As a City player's got a full hand there over one of the Cardiff boys.
How to get to know each other.
Something with that forward flank there, Gary.
It is. I think it probably certainly has a bit to do with the people who are involved in that forward flank there also. But Wheeler's at the end of the day when it all comes back, Wheeler is going to go back.
So Josh Wheeler, left foot kick of the footy. To take almost a perfect kick from there. Probably has to start at a fraction left. Unless he's like Buddy Franklin and he goes right to left. Anyway, we'll see what he does. So Wheeler. Left foot drop punt. It looks a nice kick, drop punt, but it goes across the face as expected. Another behind there. That's 8 straight behinds, Gary.
8 straight behinds, that is, yes. Yes. Bad kicking, bad football, I'll say. So we'll see what that has at the end of the day. What consequences that has.
So it looks like it's Sheldon doing the kicking in for Cardiff. Been pretty well held in the first term as Sheldon. Just bounces over everyone's head. Tackles being laid there. Half forward flank for Newcastle City. Just surging the ball forward. Eventually ends up in the hands of O'Malley. He wheels around and goes to full forward. Playing from behind was Courtney Knight. They might end up with the footy here. They've got 3-on-1. Wheels around, left foot. Kick the goal there, Crawford. Persistence pays off, and Mitch Crawford kicks the first goal of the day for Newcastle City. 16 plays 14, just in favour of Cardiff. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. And also Prime 7, who has more footy on more nights live and free. Their coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including the marquee Friday and Saturday night matches, Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yeah, marquee Friday night last night, Ryan. Certainly was. The Mighty Tigers.
That's 3 times in the quarter already. They were good, though.
They were good.
I actually tipped them, I'm a bit behind. I have to make some bold decisions.
And you took Richmond. That's just taking the favourites, mate.
Yeah.
Come on, you're not going to catch up by taking favourites every week, mate, let me tell you. I tipped them as well, surprising as that may be.
Yep. So going forward again, Newcastle City, they've won the majority of these clearances. Certainly had more of the footy in the first quarter, despite being behind. So Cardiff, taken from behind there, ends up in the hands of Vukovic. And they go forward to centre-half forward again. Playing from behind there was Dalton. Turns around for Koshin. He didn't dispose of it correctly. It's going to be an in-the-back free kick. So Grant, anyway, he's a good finisher, is Grant. He's going to kick it from 15 metres. Chips it over. Kicks the goal.
There's going to be a bit of a to-do down there. He wasn't happy with the way he was treated. It was a goal, though, by David Grant, no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think it was Rawnsley who laid the bump on Grant.
Not sure what he could have done.
Yeah. I mean, he just went hard at the footy.
Yeah.
He ran pretty close to
He jumped up. I think I think he left the ground to take to block the kick, but
All came from an in-the-back decision
Yeah.
to Nick Koshin at centre-half forward. I didn't think it was there. I thought he just dropped the footy, to be honest.
at best, I think it was probably play on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And advantage was paid. Grant was a beneficiary and just
Yeah.
chipped and chased it over Rawnsley's head. So
Good to see Cardiff. They're flying the flag down there. They're not just going to
Yeah,
accept
exactly.
it. And
nothing wrong with that.
Liam Gibson was the first one in there, so certainly pretty passionate. They're up and about, and that's what Coach Adam Dugan will be very pleased with. And 3-4-22, 1-8-14 14 Newcastle. So it's 8 points, 24 minutes gone, first quarter.
So back in the middle we go. Can't be long left here at number 1. The ground in absolute picture-perfect condition. Great place to play and watch footy is this venue, let me assure you. So Dawes again, doing well here in the middle are Newcastle City. That one will go back. Bo's doing the ruck work for the Hawks.
Gee, it's a big ask for Reagan Bow, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's chipping in as
massive.
ruckman there. He's up against Jacob Dawes. I reckon he'd come up to halfway up his arm, maybe.
Yeah,
Got a good leap, but
I think most blokes do.
no big arms, eh?
Yeah. So it was Sheldon in there. Haswell ended up with the footy and now Mitchell. So gets on his left foot, goes to full forward. He's going to go for Dwyer. But the Hawks just rebounding out. They went for Hillier. It might beat him at the boundary line. It does.
Hillier and Haswell, two of the stars of this year's competition, certainly will be in the running to be named the most outstanding young footballer this year to the Elliot Davey Medal presentation night, Wednesday, 2nd of September at the BDAFL partner Belmont 16-footers.
Do I get a gig there, Gaz?
You've got a gig, mate, because Bar TV get a gig. With that, we broadcast live.
Look
So
at
you'll
Grant
get a gig.
go.
Here
Look
we
at,
go.
sorry to interrupt, mate, but Grant's had 3 bounces. I just love to watch him play. Just got to play in front, though, Dalton. Wasn't never going to kick that over his head. Little bit fumbly, though, was Baker, or Rawnsley, beg your pardon. And now Mitch Knight has it at full-back. This is where they've got a man up here, Cardiff. That's going to be 50 metres, I think, for overstepping the mark. Saw one of those in the girls' game. The siren may beat them. So, Knight. Have they got time for one more forward thrust? Pretty stagnant forward line looking at it. Cardiff players are doing well. There's dropping back in the hole. Dugan would be happy with that. Good lead up, though, there from Wheeler. He could go the distance here, Josh Wheeler. He does. He wheels around. Gee, it's a lovely
that's
looking
a great
left
kick.
foot drop punt.
That's a great kick.
Fantastic kick at goal. He's up and about. 2 goals to the quarter for Newcastle City. The first to Josh Wheeler, and that was just almost Buddy Franklin-like.
Yeah, be disappointed with that one, Adam Dugan. They from a 50-metre free kick, Mitch Knight was just holding the ball, and then enable Josh Wheeler to find space like that. And look, it was a really good kick of the ball, Josh Wheeler, and bangs it through. Second goal for Newcastle City. 2-point margin at the moment to Cardiff. Almost 27 minutes gone in the first quarter.
You just love to have maybe 3 or 4 of those guys on your side that can wheel around and boot it.
It's a nice pun there too, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Wasn't bad, was it?
You've been working on that?
I'm working a lot, let me tell you, for this gig.
So you should, mate. You are one of the leaders, mate. There's no doubt about that.
Good to hear.
Best in the business, like Bar TV. Down we come there. Ball up as well we go. To Dawes. Back it comes out there. Haswell's going to pick it up. Can they get a late goal to take the lead there before quarter time? As Payne picks it up there from a fumble from Sheldon. He gets it in there. Mitchell straight in there. Too hot for Baker to handle. Sheldon goes down to ground. Handball the back. Really under pressure there. Wheeler, strong body out to Mitch Knight. Another strong body. A sweeping handball to Mitch Crawford. He gets it. Tried to beat the tackle there of Stewart, but he swings it out there now on the right boot. Is that Mark Wheeler again?
It was Wheeler. Good hands, wasn't it? Well drilled side, Newcastle City.
Yeah.
Just boot it straight back in, though, Cardiff.
Might have been well drilled, but I don't think some of his forwards were very, very impressed with where he decided to go for goal when probably they were loose in the centre of the ground. But it's all about that vision. But anyway, Jolliff's going to bring the ball back in once we get the ball.
So this is the 2-point lead to Cardiff. We nearly played half an hour here at number 1. Comes in long. It's going to beat all of them straight over the head. Hillier's down there for Cardiff. Getting there first will be Baker. But that's not a bad result for Dugan and the Hawks.
Yeah, no, very good. Their endeavours up. There's nothing wrong with that. I suppose you just look at there and we'll see how it pans out.
You could see the footy there sort of warping in the wind.
Yep.
Definitely left to right.
Yes. And that's where the pressure's going to be on Cardiff, how they respond. Saying that though, you had 10 scoring shots to the left of screen means Wheeler just kicked the goal from 50 metres out. So it's not as if you can't score at that end.
Yeah, exactly right. So quarter time here, Newcastle number 1 sports ground, and early on it is the Cardiff Hawks 3-4-22. Newcastle City a 2-8-20. The goal kickers, please, Gary.
Yeah, for Cardiff, their 3 goals is 1 to Liam Gibson, 1 to Sam Haig, and 1 also to David Grant. Whilst for Newcastle City, their 2 goals go to Mitch Crawford and Josh Wheeler.
So a good start here to Cardiff. They're 2 points in front at quarter time. We'll be back shortly with second quarter action.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service. Command, this is Car 33, I'm going on my break. We have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Welcome back. Second quarter action coming to you live from number 1 Sports Ground. 2:30 kickoff today. Whose home game is it today? So Cardiff home game today, although both sides using number 1 in 2015 as their home deck. Very fortunate to have that, let me assure you. Fantastic sporting facility. It was a good opening quarter. Cardiff just with a 2-point lead after being a bit more accurate in front of goal. So away we go again. Dawes up against Boat. And we go straight up in the air. Big pack of players again. The tackling pressure was pretty good from the Hawks to keep them in touch with Newcastle City. Wilmot will get there first for City out on the far wing. Back to Jack Gillingham on his right foot. Kicks to centre half forward. It was a lovely one-step pass down there to Payne. He missed last week against Terry Gulavoka. They certainly missed him inside. Good kick in there to Monk. So he's got it in the middle of the ground. Playing more of an attacking role today. Just kicks that one to no one in particular and ends up in the hands of Zach Metcalf. Good lead comes out here from Thompson. Sheldon will go to him. It's a bullet pass. Lovely kick. Sheldon playing the majority of the first term in the forward half. Away go Cardiff out on the broadcast side. They go down here for Mick Ryan. Doing well there, Ryan. Showed good pace to get there. The kick came from Vukovic. And now Ryan wheels onto the right boot in a one-on-one. It ends up a 2-on-1 though. Dropping back was Dawes. He did well. Wilmot couldn't get there first. It was well done down there to, might have been Hugh O'Neill. Play on was the call. Tap the footy out. Ends up with Wilmot for City. Dawes going back. He's got to bend his back here. Can't get down low enough. And it's well done down there to Gordon. Ends up in the hands of O'Neill. Just kicks it into full forward. Ball sort of bobbles around. Getting there first is Mitchell for City. Also in there is Monk. Little handball over the top. Ends up with Rawns on his wrong side. Gets onto the left foot though. Kicks it out to centre wing. Strong hands. Mick Ryan. As Gary Birkinshaw joins me. Good start to the second term, Gaz.
Yeah, good. And good to see Mick Ryan. Love the way he's playing. He's a veteran of our competition. He's certainly been a legend as well of our game. It's a good kick there, but going back there, ball seemed to go all right. Then it wasn't exactly holding up, but a good mark taken there by Jack Gillingham.
So Gillingham now, it's a risky kick. It was good enough though to hit O'Malley. O'Malley through centre half back now. Goes up the middle of the ground, the shortest way home, and it's a good kick. Kicking it to Pat Gillingham, who showed that had to be taken high, surely. Do they play advantage? They do. Taken down. It was good pressure there from the Cardiff player. Ball didn't reach Wheeler on the full, and now the Hawks with the rebound. Sheldon, he was really sighted in the first term. That's a lovely pass, though, with the left foot. Goes out to Hillier.
Class, mate. Class is permanent, mate.
Absolutely right. So Hillier drills that pass out to O'Neill. Working up the ground here is O'Neill. I like Hillier as well, Gary.
Yeah, he's only a youngster. Hillier still plays under 17s football, so certainly he'll get better and better as as his career progresses, but he's really good, solid first-grade footballer as it is at the moment.
As he is. So that was Rawnsley who switched play. They got good kicks across centre-half back Newcastle City. That's why they're a strong side. Pat Gillingham always makes a contest. It was well done, though, to Maddock. Haig, like him as a footballer as well. Handball over the top to no one, really. It's a hard surface there in the middle. The ball bounces on its point. Just gets straight back up. City with the numbers. Monk. Very fumbly there, Emerson Monk. Did well, though, had enough time. Dawes. Now they go through Mitch Knight, Mark Wheeler. Little right foot step was good. Oh, great smother there. Hillier goes in again, does Hillier. Putting his head over the footy, though, for City was Mitch Knight. Play on, he dived. Ends up in the hands eventually of Gordon. It's a good, this game's gone up a notch without a doubt. Good strong tackles here out on centre wing on our near side, and it's a good game of footy, Gary.
Yeah, certainly. As Newcastle City have lifted their intensity up a notch, Cardiff's challenge now is to match them. And if they can do that...
right. Can they?
Can
the
they?
Question.
Yes.
So, Haig. Stewart played his 200th game a few weeks ago. He's probably on about 203 at this stage. There's Jack Gillingham, and there's Rawnsley. Trent Thompson for the Hawks, but it's well done there to Cardiff through their veteran Stewart. Hillier, handballed to really no one. Well done to Haig. He tucked the footy.
Oh, well done.
Well done to Hillier, though. He's had a good 3 minutes, Hillier.
Yeah, good
a little chip pass. Play on the call, so Ryan will get there first. No, Emerson Monk will. Just showed a little bit of youth, a little bit of pace. Went to ground at the wrong time. Jolloff kept his feet. Still on the ground is Baker. Is that holding the footy? Play on. No, ball's out, he said. Trent Thompson goes with the fend off. Didn't have prior opportunity. That should be a ball up, and it is well umpired.
Just the difference at the moment is just that execution. Is that final? There's a couple of times we've had this quarter or even this game where just that handball just hits the ground where it doesn't quite. If it hits the chest of the teammate, it runs into a shot on goal. So it's being able to execute that last play that give them that goal scoring opportunity. Good smother.
Great smother. I said at the start of the game, they've got a good side in. They've got a good mix of senior players and youth, Cardiff. Probably the strongest side I think they've put on the park, actually.
Yeah, I think it is. the only thing I look at Cardiff, look at their list, and they've got a lot of young kids. They've got some of the older players. It's that mid-range, the 25, 26-year-old who's played 120 games of football. That's what they seem to be missing from their list at the moment. So, and that results in this rebuilding that they're going through at the moment. There's a good kick coming out there now as Gordon is one of the youth, that's for sure. Spriggs is out there to give him a hand, but also going back there is Carroll for Newcastle City. But it's going to be Spriggs who gets it. He's dispossessed, though, and they're away now, Newcastle City, and away goes Baker through the centre of the ground, kicks it into the back of Andrew Wilmot, goes back, gets 2 stats. Good thinking, Bakes. He gets it on there now. Gillingham, he goes long. Back there, Metcalf back there with Wheel up at the boundary line. He's going to win that one.
They just look a better side as well with Metcalf back there.
One of the premium defenders in the competition. Yep. Plays now representative side and never, ever lets you down.
Ripping bloke as well.
He is, yes. There's no doubt about that.
So boundary throw in. Just 5 minutes played here in the second term. Cardiff with their noses in front. They've been more than pleased with their position in this game thus far. That boundary thrown's a little bit shallow. Play on. Wheeler there. Just dropped the footy and had his head ripped off down there was Adlington. And he'll take a free kick at fullback for the Hawks. So little chip pass here. Just grinding their way through it at the minute, Cardiff.
Yeah. Which is doing. They need to be smart. It's all about smart use of the football. That's what it's about. They can't just go and blaze away because they get killed on the turnover. So it's about playing to their strengths, using the ball wherever they can, and making the most of their opportunities. I reckon that's the one area they're not doing at their best today, is making the most of their opportunities. The rest of it, I'll give them an A+.
Well said there. Gary. Falling over there might have been Wheeler or Crawford perhaps, but City are good enough here just to beat a few tackles and showing a good set of heels there. Might have been Jack Gillingham. Kicks it into centre half forward. Good shepherd there from Maddock, and now Sheldon playing at fullback. And it just heard a voice. Great give. Now they're out on centre wing on our broadcast side, and Thompson's there. Tries to use his body. Got a shocking bounce. Doing well there was in the 29.
O'Brien.
Jeremy O'Brien.
Good work there by Rawnsley.
By Rawnsley. And now through Crawford, it's the Blues. A few young players here. That's Dwyer. Little kick, 50-50 contest. Well done there. I think it was Stewart there playing on Gillingham. Play on is the call. Probably a good decision from the umpire. Ends up with Dwyer again. Crawford. That's Mitch Crawford now to full forward. That's not a mark. Play on the call. Wheeler. And that's a free kick.
Yeah. They got away with one there, I reckon, Gillingham. As he got tackled, he actually put the ball on the ground, but Aiden could tell the umpire was on the other side, so he couldn't actually see it. So fair umpiring. If you don't see it, don't pay it.
Well said again, Gary's got all the quotes today, let me assure you. Emerson Monk doing the ruck work there. Wheeling around on the left foot was the Wheeler again. Pardon that pun. Yeah. Now it goes back to Jackson Crawford. Fumbled at the wrong time. Gordon didn't fumble though for the Hawks. Didn't handball out to anybody. Haig, Koshin, gives it back to Haig. Good play, Cardiff. Now Haig again. He kicked a goal like this in the first term. That one's not going to register a score. Just beats everyone with the bounce. Dalton, they're out here. He's out. He's just between him and the goal. So Dalton has a bounce. Open goal to Cardiff. First goal of the second term goes the way of the Hawks. They have an 8-point lead.
Yeah, really good play there by the Hawks. They brought that up there. Good, solid defensive play. Good hands by Nick Koshin there to get it at Sam Hayes. Don't think it was Sam Hayes' best kick, but was able to get through the pack, and Dalton then got the ball, used his pace, and put through his first goal and the fourth for Cardiff. So well done to them.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Yeah, so good play there by Cardiff. They're certainly holding their own at the moment. In fact, they're doing better than that. They're in front by 8 points. So
it's funny, we keep talking like they're just staying with Newcastle City, but they're in front. You just feel like Newcastle City, though, have had more than probably their fair share of possession. They're just not as efficient in front of goal.
Well, 10 scoring shots to 8. That's the difference there, yeah. But yeah, we talk like that, I suppose, because Cardiff have had one win for the year. Newcastle City are the closest challenge they believe to Terrigal's. Mitch Crawford's going to come in there. He's their goalkeeper. He went straight to ground. Shouldn't get a free kick out of that. And he doesn't. Going in there. Another one who dropped at his knees as well. Good umpiring. Aidan Cattell. Well done. Two players there. Went to ground. Bent the knees, looking for the high contact.
Got to give them a rap when they make a good decision. I think the best umpires blow their whistle the least.
Yep.
Put that one on a postcard.
Mate, well done, mate. Tell you what, you've got all the sayings as well.
Yeah. Hey. I've always thought that. I think the AFL umpires could learn something from that.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm just a commentator from the Central Coast. Play on. Here we go again. Ball up, deep forward for City. They've been here all day. They just haven't registered goals. Cardiff again through, that might be Adlington. Just threw it out to Koshin, but they surge forward again. Playing in front of the Cardiff midfielders at the minute. So it ends up in the hands of Payne. He has plenty of time to sort out a target, but gee, Courtney Knight That happened to him last week. The kicking just wasn't A1 to him when he was playing on Jimmy Hart, and it looks like it's going the same way today.
It's just me, or he just seems to be leading very wide now.
I think they always do that, Newcastle City.
Yeah.
I remember even when they won the premiership, he kicked 8 goals, but it was he was kicking bananas and everything.
Yeah, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was amazing. 5 goals in the first quarter of that grand final.
Just they'd had it won at quarter time just about, and even that day they won a flag doing it. So
go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Type in 2013 grand final. Don't worry, he's done it now. Just on cue.
So as we're talking about Courtney Knight kicking freakish goals, he throws one over the right shoulder, left shoulder, beg your pardon, with the right boot. Kicks his first for the day. And this is a bit of a shootout here at number 1. It's the first goal for City in the second term, and it's once again that 2-point lead to Cardiff. 10 minutes played, Gary.
Yeah, 10 minutes gone. Only been the 2 goals being kicked, so it's a pretty tight affair. And once again, they got that goal there, but Adam Dugan wouldn't be disappointed with it because they're having to work really hard. I don't think they've gone in there, apart from the Josh Wheeler kicks his goal, but that was a mark from outside 50. Other than that, they've had to really work hard. There's no uncontested marks inside forward 50.
See Owen James come onto the ground here for the Blues, a late inclusion for Riley Lang. So big punch there came from the City ruckman Dawes. Cardiff's intensity's been good around the pack, but look at Dawes, just an athlete. Bit like Cruiser in the same coloured jumper. Goes for Wheeler. This is a good contest between him and Metcalf.
Wheeler.
Just a clever kick. Bit of a mongrel punt there going forward by Dwyer. Behind there, he had more time than I think he knew, young Dwyer.
Very good use of the phrase there, Ryan. Sort of got that one out correctly this week. Last week probably had a little bit of trouble there with
Don't worry
with that. A little bit of trouble with that kick in there by Metcalf as well. He wouldn't be happy with that kicking it straight to Josh Wheeler.
Don't YouTube that one. So Wheeler.
Have a look at the boots. As it gets darker, they'll get lighter.
That's right.
We should be able to tell how dark it gets here because you won't be able to tell on the pictures because we're using the best in the business, bar TV. But we'll look at Josh Wheeler's boots, and the lighter they get, the darker it is.
That's right. His teammates, it's clever actually because the midfielders will be able to spot him when they get the footy in the middle. Anyway, the left footer, once again, probably from the wrong side. This one's just to the top of the goal square. It'll take a good grab from there. No one can take it. Vukovic, do they rush it behind? They do. It's Haig. Oh, gee, they're out here. Trent Thompson's on his own. He's got 40 metres. They see him now. Sheldon doing the kicking in. He's a lovely kick of the footy. Goes out here for Koshin. If it doesn't get touched, it doesn't. That'll be out on the full. It should be deliberate. It is. So Jack Gillingham here. Oh, good kick for his coach. Mitch Knight.
Oh, bad news for Cardiff. Sam Haig coming off. That looks a bit hamstring the way he's running there. Which is not good news for Cardiff, I think. Is it? Oh. You watch the footy? I'll watch Sam.
Yep. So
Thigh.
Knight kicks it from right on the paint. Has it got the legs? It does. Great coach's goal. And for the first time today, Newcastle City hit the front at number 1 Sports Ground. Great goal there to the coach. 34 playing 28.
Yeah, good work there by Mitch Knight.
So GE Industrial Solutions partner with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years. They deliver safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. They also support the Black Diamond League, Gary.
Yeah, supporting of the women's competition. And they're out and about today. The women, fantastic.
Best on ground today will receive a $20 Subway Morissette gift voucher. And for Play of the Day, the most exciting passage, usually a goal, but it can be anything. They will receive a $50 restaurant voucher to Dustwind Hound up here in Newcastle. So Maddock there with the double fist from centre half back. The 1 straight kick lead now to Newcastle City.
Yeah, just a couple of quick goals in a row there from City. So Cardiff now going to need to look to respond. This is where the better sides get away with it, where they're just a 10-minute bit of play. And even the Terrigal Newcastle City game last week, that 10 minutes before half-time, they kicked 4 goals to break the game open.
We keep talking about it, but it was Richmond last night. It was a 4-quarter tackling effort.
Yeah, we can't talk about it enough, mate. So, yeah, it was a 4-quarter. They actually forced Hawthorn to play a different game.
Can they win a flag, Gary? That's what I want to know.
Of course they can win a flag. Probably in a couple of weeks, probably a couple of months, actually. Probably record one. Yeah,
2015.
Well, if you beat Hawthorn, they're the benchmark.
Yep.
Should have beaten Freo. They've beaten Freo and Freo. Hawthorn in Hawthorn. Sydney in Sydney.
List goes on. So Dawes goes to full forward. Another good contest. That was between Vukovic and Knight. The 2 threes. Haswell's down there. Doing well, I think, it's Mayo there in the 5. It is. Aaron Seen still missing, Gary?
Yeah, Seen's not playing there. No Sam Edwards. Also, no Cameron Keith, which we know about. Cameron's going to be missing a few more weeks. No Jackson Monk.
And Rick White will miss today, will he, against Terrigal?
No, he's playing today, I believe.
He's back with the hemi.
Yeah, he played last Sunday, played really well last Sunday. It'd be a good game at Baddo Bay today. Killarney Vale played arguably, I believe, their best game of football all year last week. So they're tuning up nicely for a nice tilt at the finals yet again.
Good stuff. So 14 minutes played here at number 1. It's Newcastle City, just the 1 goal in front. It's been a pretty even contest around the ground. Just in this quarter, though, Newcastle City starting to show a little bit of class going forward. Some of their good players getting their hands on the footy.
Yeah, just in the opportunity. You know, the goal there from Mitch Knight was a good play, but it come from an out of bounds from the kick-in line. So yeah, if you turn the ball over in defensive 50 from a kick-in, it should turn around. It should be a goal against you.
They can do with 10 of these.
Class player,
Sheldon goes to centre half forward. He's looking for Koshin. It's just well done though to Rawnsley, reading the footy beautifully off the boot. Gee, that's a poor kick though off the one step. Wheeler ends up with it. He just dropped it though. Play on's the call.
That's 2 holding the balls.
Cardiff wanting a free kick.
Yep.
Probably deserve one.
Yeah, I think he probably deserved a free kick there. He actually went to fend off and then dropped the ball. So
big punch there. Goes out of the centre wing. Emerson Monk here with Sheldon. So it's probably Emerson Monk doing a job on Sheldon. Gobbers that one out of bounds. It'll be a centre wing throw in.
Yeah,
Emerson Monk doing a few tags of late, Gary. James Webster last week.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week at length actually about the Emerson Monk's role in this side, and he does a good tagging job, no doubt about that. I didn't think he got the points last week against James Webster. Not sure many do, but I'm not sure if he's not better suited to a more outside run role here in this side. He gives them the pace.
Yep.
Well, I think there's some other players in the side who could probably do the tagging job and give him and use his pace to a better advantage.
Sam Payne probably springs to mind. Has he got the pace around the ground?
But it's not so much about the pace, it's just that the discipline's big. Yeah, Sam Payne's always been a good midfielder for him, a good solid midfielder. But it's about finding jobs for some of those players, And I reckon O'Malley could be one who could do a job, maybe an Alex Mitchell even.
Yep.
To do those types of jobs. Because both those two could also hurt you out. We're out here, going to hurt out there now on the right boot. He goes as he kicked the goal. I'm not sure about that handball off there by Liam Gibson. I think he probably should have gone back and had that shot. But still, very, very in this game, Cardiff are. There's no doubt about that. The scoreboard shows them down by 5 points, and that's probably a pretty true reflection on the game there. A good play there by Gordon again. He gets a kick in there, probably a handball. You need to get the handball up, but doesn't matter there. As Mitchell comes in, picks up. He gets the handball off to Connor Haswell. Tries to get around there. It was O'Neill. Now Mitchell comes back again. You go back there now. Haswell there. They just really pressure him there, but Haswell cool under pressure, goes in there and finds Pat Gillingham.
Yeah, terrific kick from Haswell. Himself and Mitchell there, not blazing away, just keeping a cool head, and the switch is on here for the Blues. So Hartakanen out on the far wing. Gets onto his right side. Little sand wedge pass goes for Courtney Knight. Those beautiful hands once again directly in front. He'll kick from about 50 metres.
Yeah, good lead up there by Courtney Knight. That's better lead up through the centre of the ground. And well done by Jake Hartakanen. He ran from the back line to create that switch opportunity, and they were able, Pat Gillian was able to accommodate that, and a good hit up, and Courtney Knight will go back. Doesn't miss too many of these. He's kicked one today.
So Knight, beautiful kick of the footy. Goes back, right foot drop punt. Has that one missed to the right? It has. If you like Newcastle City, you're only a goal or two away from probably breaking the game open. I think if they can go in at half-time and regroup the Hawks, the third quarter becomes a lot more important.
Yeah, I think the longer the Hawks can stay with, they need to stay with them. That's the thing. It's 15 scoring shots to 9 at the moment, so they need to be able to stay with them, and because it only takes you. The thing about it is that you can play really well for 10 minutes. They're kicking a goal every 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Over the course, that's 5 goals you're losing in the quarter. So you need to stay with them, otherwise the scoreboard can get out of control pretty quick.
Yep, just a 6-point lead at this stage. We're nearly into time on here in the second term. Just the one win in 2015 for the Hawks, but I think probably in the last 6 weeks they've looked a different side. They've certainly been a lot more competitive than they were in the first, say, 6 or 7 rounds, Gary?
Yeah, certainly are. And they always say that. Coach Adam Dugan said they will be better as the year goes on, and they've certainly been true to his word there as the young ones. Obviously, they played a few more games, but experienced players like Ben Stewart, he's been superb. So is Sheldon. And they're going back there. Ryan against Rawnsley, too. Great characters there. As Liam Gibson's inclusion in the side has certainly been welcome. As go back there, I think that's going to be going back there is James. Sees it through from behind.
Well done, actually, from James. Got a little tug of the jumper. Didn't lose concentration.
Yeah, well done.
Rawnsley.
Yeah, well done by Cardiff, though. They didn't allow the quick kick in, so he goes long again, although Dawes should take this mark uncontested. That's probably not a great result.
Just the bigger targets around the ground. Still should have been manned up, though.
Well, numbers out
and now
here.
they're out here, Newcastle City. Falling over at the opportune time was Gillingham, was Pat Gillingham. Ends up in the hands of Sheldon, the general. They go for Stewart in his 205th game, say. Now he goes for Koshin and out wide again, so they've got the runners here. It'll be Hillier. Poor handball from Koshin. Good enough to mop up, but another poor kick. This is what's hurting them. Mick Ryan, handball back. It ends up with Hillier again. Kicking to no one in particular. Terrific contest.
Geez.
Is that a mark? No, play on Koshin. The Rover. Right foot banana.
Oh, he's got him high tackle.
Is it going to go the way of the Hawks?
Yes. It's going to go to Koshin.
So it's going to go back to Koshin. He just read the flight of the ball beautifully. Got it on the volley from the contest. And it'll be the skipper, Nick Koshin, to kick from about 20 metres slide angle.
Oh, no,
no,
gone
won't
down
it be
the ground.
Gibson? So it'll be
Yeah,
a downfield free kick.
Yeah, go to Liam Gibson there. So we've got a good opportunity there. And one thing is about kicking the goals it needs. So Gibson needs to kick this goal.
Gibson already kicked one today. Has he missed that one? He's pushed that way right.
Very deal. We haven't seen many goals kicked down that end of the ground, and a lot of balls have missed to the right. But it's about making the most of the opportunity. That last bit of play there, they get it forward. That number just hit the ground. A poor kick, poor handball, but they still worked it forward. But that's that polish. The difference between finishing top of the table and finishing down. Not saying the bottom. They're playing better than that, but to finish that mid table is being able to finish.
Well done here, Cardiff, to man up. So they haven't got an easy option here, the Blues. Jack Gillingham had a good run at the footy, but couldn't take the grab. Hillier put the one hand out, couldn't take possession. Ends up in the hands of Dawes. Dawes and Wheeler, both great athletic ruckmen. Say it every week. This is a kick down here for Pat Gillingham, and pretty much marks uncontested there in front of Sheldon. So one out in the forward lines, Josh Wheeler. He's with Zach Metcalf. He'd do well to get an uncontested grab down there. Good contest here. Play on the call and a good decision. Chasing the footy out there, I think, is Jolliffe. It is, in front of Jackson Crawford. Good footy all over the ground.
Yeah, well done there again. Once again, the Cardiff defence very, very solid. The transition play of Newcastle City, very good. They can take the ball from one end of the ground to the other in a hurry. So Cardiff need to be aware of that as it comes out there now. Opportune there. Emerson Monk, good tackle coming there by Cardiff. Chipped out there. There's James down there.
Clever
Get it back
kick.
there to Gordon. Just that little quick hand coming out up there against Crawford. Into a dangerous area. That handball from Gordon is picked up there by O'Malley. He gets a handball out to Jack Gillingham. He's going to run into goal. He does there on the right boot.
Great goal,
He
Newcastle.
does well done.
Clean hands, strong bodies. It eventuates in a goal for Newcastle City. The first of the day to Jack Gillingham, it is. And at the 22 mark of the second term, it is Cardiff 4-7-31 leading Newcastle City 5-11-41.
Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotion, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club venue for the 2015 Elliot Davey Medal presentation night, Wednesday, 2nd of September. To get your tickets, see your club.
Pencil it in.
Pencil in. It is the night of nights. James Webster going for an unprecedented third Elliot Davey medal in a row. What are his chances, Ryan?
I'd say they're very... I can't see. Trying to look at this from as an objective point of view as possible. I think he'll be very hard to beat.
Has he already made room on the mantelpiece for the third? Has he already got that?
My mum probably has.
Yes.
He's got his own bloody... Yeah.
Is that where
room
does
at
he
home.
put his medals?
It's a good question, actually. Probably in the trophy room.
In your trophy room or his?
Yeah, I don't have one. I haven't got mine off the ground just yet.
Well, is it true, Ryan, that you went out the other night in Sydney with both medals around your neck?
I do, and then I came home and went straight to my kennel. So, yeah, a little bit of bias in the Webster household just in the last few years.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Every Sunday the paper comes round and back page.
Yeah, no.
Don't really get a look in, Gaz, anymore, but anyway.
No. Anyway, that's all right, mate. Behind every good footballer is a good brother.
That's right, and a good commentator.
Exactly
Well,
right.
Debatable.
Yes. If they gave out Elliot Davey medals for commentators, mate, you'd get one as the ball goes
There's
out
an
of bounds
idea.
for boundary throwing.
Bruce McAvaney. No, it'll be a good night. We said it last week. I think Brendan Lewis seems to poll every week for Killarney Vale. Certainly gets talked about a lot. Just trying to think where else. Probably Chris Bishop as well, the veteran. You got to think, they're undefeated Terrigal Avoca. They're probably getting 3 and 2 votes in every game.
A lot of them to get 3 and 2. There's a lot of classy players there. John O'Goulay,
Yeah.
He's got a couple of big bags of goals, which would have to sort of put him in contention, I would have thought, as Emerson Monk now. He's running through centre half forward. If it sits, he's away. One grab, he's got a bit of the fumbles, but he keeps it going forward. Courtney Knight's going backwards to try and give him room, but Monk's now tackled, so he gets a quick handball out there. Courtney Knight takes it, and he's immediately tackled there by Cardiff, and there's going to be a ball up.
Well done there to Emerson Monk. Just kept the footy in front of himself. Probably very tired, I would assume.
10 points of margin at the moment, 23 minutes gone in the second quarter. Newcastle City advantage. As Emerson Monk gets it there now. A big few minutes coming up. As it gets out there, he's going to sit for Mitch Crawford. He kicked the goal in the first quarter, the left foot snap. Can he make it 2 left foot snaps? He can make it 2 left foot snaps. Too much room being afforded to Mitch Crawford. If you keep giving him the room, giving those goal-scoring opportunities, he's going to hurt you.
Yeah, the game now getting blown open a little bit here from Newcastle City just prior to half-time. It's what happened to them last week against Terrigal, and it's what good sides do. Unless you can play 4 quarters of solid footy, generally speaking, the better side will eventually wear you down, and it's what Newcastle City are doing here. They're out to a 16-point lead.
Once again, though, it wasn't from a set shot. It was another from broken play. They were able to get there and probably a bit of loose marking, and the ball. There's a couple of players loose inside forward 50s that come forward. So 2 goals now to Crawford. 16 points of margin.
So late here in the second term. Still certainly in touch. They'll be going with that slight breeze in the third term Cardiff, so they can kick a score after half-time. There's no doubt about that, but they certainly have to keep Newcastle City scoreless in the dying seconds. But look at them go forward again here, Newcastle. Yeah, it's getting hard for the back line here for the Hawks. Little chip pass. Well read there from the Cardiff backman. Down there's Jolliffe. Also, it's not Haig. Is he still on the bench? Or is he back on there?
Should be back on the ground, I think.
Yeah, he is. You can see him going back in the hole. So Sheldon might get there first for the Hawks. Takes clean possession and a clean handball also. Down there is Spriggs. Boundary throw in late in the second term. It is of vital importance, Gary, that Cardiff stay strong here and don't go in any further behind.
Yeah, big few minutes coming up here.
Boundary throw in again. Half-back flank here for the Hawks. Good punch came from Koshin. Just gaining a little bit of territory.
Yeah, you just got to keep working hard the midfield. That one there, that turnover from that last centre clearance. You look there and Newcastle City, as soon as that turnover, they were just off. Cardiff were a fraction of a second late taking off, and they need to be really working hard still on their defensive mindset. And their coach, Adam Dugan, he's a really good coach. So that's an advantage Cardiff have got here, is that he'll be working very hard to make sure that, that what they're supposed to be doing, their plan is that they continue to do that.
Spot on. Waratah Sports have been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Waratah Sports supporting the Black Diamond and Bar TV in 2015. Boundary throw in. Half-forward flank here for the Blues. Well done there to Stewart. Just a classy football. Ends up with Adlington. Driving them forward. It's a 3-on-1. Regan Bowe does well to create a contest, but Jack Gillingham here with the footy. He's going to go for the middle of the ground. He's done that a few times. It's players everywhere for both sides. Eventually ends up with Maddock. And now Mark Wheeler. So he kicks to centre half forward here for the Blues. This is a good contest between Wheeler and Metcalf. Just falling into his back. Playing was a call, and I think it's a good decision.
Yeah, good decision there. Good work. So, once again, just the clean hands that they need to do. They missed Mitch Crawford out. He was out in free on his own out here as well. So, they just didn't quite see him there as they're coming through the middle. So, need to man up him. Dangerous across half forward.
So, Mayo couldn't get boot to ball. Majority of this second quarter's been played in Newcastle City's attacking half. Jack Gillingham's getting lively. O'Malley, he's good in traffic. Gets around onto that right boot and goes to centre half forward again to Wheeler. And gee, what a great grab there, Josh Wheeler. Gee, he's a good footballer.
Good use of the body.
And a very skillful player.
Yeah, really good use of the body there by Josh Wheeler. He got Zach Metcalf in the air off balance, and then was able to still had the strength of mind to actually still be able to concentrate on taking the mark. So he's kicked one goal, Josh Wheeler. Certainly been a good presence up forward and deep in the second quarter. Yeah, it'll be very, very, a very opportune goal for Newcastle City.
This one will hurt if it goes through. It'll hurt the Hawks. Wheeler, generally speaking, a lovely left foot drop punt. Hits this one pretty well. Gee, that one hits the top of the goalpost as well. Behind, so 48 playing 31. It's a 3-goal margin.
6-12 to 4-7. 18 scoring shots to 11.
That's the telling factor. Cardiff setting up with their 2 huddles, one on either side of the 50.
They've kicked 4 goals this quarter, 4-4 Newcastle City to 1-5. So they've kicked 5 behind this score as well, Cardiff. So
Must be that side of the ground.
yeah.
But here they go, though. Yeah, they've done well here to break the zone here of Newcastle City. Kicking to no one, really. Jack Gillingham mops up, shows the footy, then goes to his left foot. That'll be half-time here at Newcastle number 1. And at half-time, it's 4-7 Cardiff, 31. Newcastle City, 6-12, 48 in a quarter that was dominated by Newcastle City. Fair few behinds there from Cardiff. It's a 3-goal margin at half-time, Gary.
Yeah, goal kickers for Newcastle City. 2 to Mitch Crawford. Singles to Josh Wheeler, Courtney Knight, Mitch Knight and Jack Gillingham. Whilst for Cardiff, all 4 goals, all singles to Jay Dalton, David Grant, Sam Hay and Liam Gibson.
Can Cardiff stay in touch with Newcastle City in the second half? That will be the question. They met earlier in the year. Newcastle City blew them away in the second half. They do have a slight breeze in the third quarter. Tune in shortly. It'll be second half action from Newcastle number 1.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33, I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Welcome back here. Second half action coming to you from Newcastle number 1 sports ground. It was Newcastle City who kicked away there late in the second term. They will take a 17-point lead into the second half. All important quarter here for the Hawks. Can they stay in touch? We know they're 2 men down now. Davey Grant under a suspected concussion rule, and Clinton James with a hand injury of some sort. So massive job in front of them here, Cardiff, if they're to get over the top of Newcastle City today. I was out on the ground earlier. They do have the aid of a pretty strong breeze at times from left to right. Gary Birkinshaw.
Yeah, your skills were able to overcome that, though, Ryan. It was beautiful. You're moving the ball pretty well. The way you're controlling that ball, mate, looked like you're using a smaller football.
Yeah, I have a tendency to look like that.
As we're back underway again, as it's going to be Newcastle City through Alex Mitchell. Swings around the left boot, but Tim Sheldon should be back there. Coach Adam Dugan was pretty happy with how they went in the first half. Just needs to get a couple of goals to get back in the game. And he said just a couple of little errors and mental lapses, and that allowed them goals to be kicked against him. So he's confident that they can do it.
Yeah, moving the footy well here. That's what Newcastle City did all of the first half, though. Just chopped in when Cardiff were thrusting forward. Adlington there on the left side.
Yeah, the loss of David Grant's certainly going to hurt him because he was actually he adds him that pace and breaks the line and that he was really troubling Newcastle City in the first half. So disappointing for Grant to be out of the game through concussion.
So Gillingham on centre wing goes forward. Well done back there. Hillier, I think it is.
Yeah, Hillier back to Mayo.
So Mayo, the half-back flank for Cardiff. This is where they had trouble in the first half getting it past this part of the ground. Newcastle City just dropping numbers back with their midfield and chopping it off pretty easily. Another game today, Gary. Terrigal and Killarney Vale.
Late kickoff. It's a 5 o'clock twilight game. So should be looking forward to that clash. Not on Bar TV, that one, but you'll be able to keep up to date on the website of the scores as they happen. As Newcastle City through Mitchell, they're going to bring the ball forward now. Dwyer on the right boost. Not a very good kick though. Enables Dustin Spriggs. It turns over a very dangerous area through the centre of the ground. He goes down there. Ryan's down there. Also there is Rawnsley, who goes over the back and spoils it. Going hard in there that time was Liam Carroll. Rawnsley again goes back, but Ryan chips in there for Cardiff. Tackle there by Rawnsley. A couple of the experienced players in our competition there. And then goes to one of the youngsters in Liam Carroll. He does well to get a boot on that under pressure, but Rawnsley handball the back. It comes to Mitchell. Out it comes there now through Hardikan. He gets a wobbly kick there. It's going to sit for Sheldon, which enables Haswell. Should be a free kick. Never even had his eyes on the ball, Connor Haswell. And it's going to be a free kick to go to Sheldon.
Yep. Tunnel there.
Tunnel, you've got all the words today, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've been studying this, or you
take the gig very seriously.
Did you read a footy dictionary or something?
Yeah. Stats taught me that one.
Stats. I wonder how Stats is going.
Yep. He'd be in a goal square somewhere. Worked under the ball there was Ryan. Ends up in the hands, though, of Mayo. So Mayo just kicks it back to the hot spot. It's a pretty good kick, actually. Good area of the ground to kick it to. Caution down there. Thompson got a boot to it. Play on here. Well done. Regan Bowe kicks a goal there for the Hawks. And I think they might have kicked the first goal in every quarter, Gary.
Yeah, they've certainly been very good. They come out really fired up and they just work doing things really well at the moment. That's all you need to ask. They've been scrambling, whatever they do, just hustling Newcastle City, keeping them under pressure, and once again, just a matter of staying close. And they've brought the margin back to 11 points.
Yeah, good stuff there from the Hawks. Certainly started this term with more of the footy. Certainly a buzz in their step, and they've had the endeavour spot on from the first bounce.
Yeah, really good play, and like I said, they just got to stay pretty close with them, and they're certainly doing that, and good work there. They're good body use by Nick Caution in the top of the square, but good kick by Chad Mayo. He centred that ball. And
clever kick. So back in the middle now, Dawes, the colossal of a man. He might be rucking against the goal kicker, Bo.
It's a big show. We mentioned that before. So the leap is there. Didn't have one. Great tap work.
So Monk just through the middle of the ground. Beautiful service. Well worked under it there, Metcalf. He's a great player. That man again, Mayo, just kicks it out of fullback. Down there is Adlington. Took possession. Was clean. Adlington was really good. Spriggs. Now Haig. He's a good halfback flanker. Haig or centre halfback. Take your pick. Spriggs is in there. Well done to Pat Gillingham. In there once again is Adlington. And now away goes Haig. He likes to run. Now he goes to full forward, but just a kick to nobody. Rawnsley got there first. Took clean possession and just burns Caution for pace. Puts the ball on the ground. Now delivers to a centre half forward. It's only one kick here at Newcastle number 1. That's play on. It was touched surely. He's paid that to Haswell. Haswell, right foot, goes for Courtney. He's got good hands. Courtney,
good
play
work.
on the call. So Mitchell, they've got numbers here, Newcastle. The bounce didn't favour them at all. There again is the goal kicker, Bo. Was that a whistle? No, it must be the netball courts. Play on.
Yeah, contact over there. It's contact. Yeah.
Play still going on. Holding the footy. It's going to go the way of the Hawks against Alex Mitchell.
Good bit of play there. Last entry into the forward line. Looking for Courtney Knight by Sam Haig. Showed a lot of courage to get it back there, fill that hole, and knowing the contact was going to come and prevented Courtney Knight from taking that mark. So it's Adlington there now. Puts the ball on the ground. Mark Wheeler picks it up. He knows one way. Gets it back to Mitchell. He'll want to get onto his left side. He does it. Kicked it in the top of the square. They've got numbers back there, Cardiff. And a good spoil comes out. Maddox in there, but also in there is Emerson Monk. He gets on the right boot. Looked a bit casual, that kick at goal. And good work by Tom Gordon to punch the ball through for a behind.
Shades of the first quarter here. Cardiff with the 1-forward entry, kicking 1 goal. Newcastle City peppering the behind post. Do you like Sheldon at fullback?
I like Sheldon anywhere on the ground, mate. He's kicking the ball back in. I'm not sure he's actually playing fullback, but he kicks the ball back in. So he's a classy player. Probably not one of his best kick that one there. There's a bit of contact there. I thought that might have been high. Vukovic goes in there, also there with Mitchell.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Gary. Certainly looked like a hip or something to the face.
Yeah.
So ball up, half-forward flank here for the Blues.
Josh Wheeler.
It was Wheeler who got the quick kick out. He's had a good game thus far, Wheeler. Even contest down here. Crawford kept his feet. Ball went over the boundary line.
It can be a cruel bounce sometimes out there.
Yeah, it's a hard surface, Newcastle.
It is very hard. You have to go out there. A lot of bare patches on the ground. It's just a usage thing. Just a lot of use there. As Mitch Knight snaps around the body. That's what the coach does, and the coach does really well. Knight kicks his second goal and quickly replies to Carter's first goal in the quarter.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
They certainly are. And great to have all our sponsors on board.
So goal for goal here so far in the third term.
Yeah, Cardiff don't want to get into a shootout, goal for goal with Newcastle City. I don't think that's going to win them too many games.
Correct. We've got Emerson Monk, Mitchell, Dawes and Mitch Knight in the middle. Some good players in there.
Yeah, Bo, Stewart, Sheldon and Adlington for Cardiff. It's going to be Cardiff who's going to win this one. If Adlington can get a hold of it, he can. Gets it out there now to Jolliffe on the right boost. He found good pick up there by Michael Ryan. Certainly tested the hammies out there. Missed a number of weeks earlier in the year with a torn hamstring, so he certainly tested that there. And Ryan will go back, and this kick will test the hammies as well. But I think he's within range.
I think it's probably the fittest I've seen him, certainly this year, for Ryan.
Once again, an important kick here to try and to get that answer back.
Has that gone through?
No, missed.
Had a bit of the helicopters about it. You'd have to think every shot at goal they'd have to kick here, Cardiff, if they're going to kick a score to win.
Yeah, we spoke last quarter about the need to actually make the most of every opportunity that they get, because they're not going to get 25, 30 opportunities during the game. So they need to make the most. At the moment, it's 13 scoring shots to 20. So they need to make sure that they convert every opportunity. Interesting setup here. Newcastle City all in the huddle in the middle.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they go straight up the ground. They've done it a few times.
Well, they would. It's falling into Cardiff's hands. So they've got all the numbers sitting back there. It's a great setup by Cardiff. That is it's a really good. If you love to have the helicopter view of this one, wouldn't you? It looks fantastic. So, a couple going short. They want to go long. Rawnsley's gone long all game. So
they go
that's
long.
That's a better kick by Rawnsley though.
50-50 contest. So comes to ground. Mitch Knight, the goal kicker, first of the footy. And now they're out Newcastle City, so they kick it over the zone on this occasion. This is where they're dangerous. I think that was Monk. Goes for Haswell. That's 50 metres. He put hands on him. Over to you, Gary.
Yeah, no. I didn't let go of him there, but Coach Adam Dugan's not happy about that. But go back to that kick out, though. The interesting part of that is they had a huddle in the middle. A group of Newcastle City players went out to the left of the ground of where the kicking was. Another group just backed themselves to win the contest and ran forward. Yeah. So they were able to go to the back. But Connor Haswell, 50 metres free kick was probably there, as much as soft as it was, but Connor Haswell.
Pretty big kick this in the context of the game. Haswell goes back, kicks the goal for Newcastle City. They're out now. 61 playing 38.
Yeah, back-to-back goals. That's what hurts side, but certainly hurts Cardiff when you're coming from behind and 23 points. It's just a matter of how many goals Cardiff can kick, and they're 4 goals down now, which means they're going to need to probably get into the 12, 13 goal range to win the game.
Yep, McEwer, Cowinda Waters at Golf and Spa Resort. He's on the Central Coast. Relax or play and stay. Cowinda Waters.
Yep, giving a resort voucher to the Volunteer of the Year. This year, the James J. Arnold winner, Jimmy Newburn from Warners Bay, won it last year. So very, very prestigious award. Volunteers.
Certainly if Jim's won it.
Yeah, Volunteers, that they are so hard to come by, so we need to look at ways to reward those as Newcastle City come out there through pain. He can't hold as Stewart. He's strong through the contest. Gets it to Jolliffe. Jolliffe on the right kick and up and under. Adlington down there. Also down there is Jack Gillingham. But kicking out is harder Khan. He takes it off the pack and able to use his speed to get out, and his foot skills there to find Liam Dwyer on the centre wing.
So Dwyer wheels around onto the right side, goes to centre half forward and Haswell. Is that in the back? Play on. Mark paid. So Haswell gets onto the right side and goes to full forward, and Jackson Crawford uncontested. Crawford marks 40 metres out from goal, just about directly in front. Is that a free kick, Gary?
No, that was a fair mark.
Good stuff.
That was good. He had Tim Sheldon out positioned and was able to. When you go for a mark, you're able to hold your ground. You don't have to give up ground to enable your opponent there to have as good as footing as what you do. So fair decision there.
Good umpiring as well today, I must admit.
Yeah, it has been good. We've got some of our better umpires, Joey O'Brien, Darryl Luck, and of course Aidan Cattell.
So Crawford goes back, right foot drop punch. Gee, it looks a nice kick. Right on the line, it is touched by Koshin. One behind to Newcastle City.
So 11 minutes gone, 24 points to margin Newcastle City, 2 goals to 1 this quarter. Cardiff need to find some answers, need to find them pretty quick.
Most certainly. So Sheldon again doing the kicking in. They go out, just a stagnant huddle. Good grab though.
Ben Stewart, he's a classy player as well, Stewart. Really like the way he plays football as it kicks to half forward. Michael Ryan comes out there, good lead in front of Rawnsy, gets it off to Gibson. The old crew, the old firm there. Comes there, Dalton can't get a hold of that. Harder Khan with Thompson. Thompson's got to be able to get a hold of him in good work by Harder Khan and use the body really. Oh,
he's pinning for 2. Gee, is that for running too far with the footy?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think you got to give the player the benefit of the doubt. If you're in doubt, don't pay it. Anyway, Thompson, 60 metres out, just kicks it to the top of the square. Who gets a run at it? It'll have to be Bo. 2-on-1. Jack Gillingham probably just had to wait for an option there.
Yeah, hurry kick, bit of inexperience. Yeah, this is Nick. Can he get that hole? Well done, Nick Koshin against Crawford. He gets it down there. He calls from to Shepherd. So Koshin on the right boot. Snaps at it. It's going to come across. Jacob Dawes goes down there. Good defensive football by Jack Gillingham. Punches the ball through there. So Cardiff once again. The old firm through the middle there. I think it went for Stewart to Ryan to Gibson. Just didn't quite get the finish they were hoping for.
So they set up again Newcastle City with this.
Let's have a look at this again. Once again, everyone in their bar, Wheeler and Knight, but they've also got the full press on of Cardiff. So once again, just pops it up in the air. It's an interesting. So then see how they're out the back there, Ryan. And once again, they use their speed out there. It's Harder Khan and gets it off from Crawford. He chips it over the top. Dwyer. Liam Dwyer. Big grab
What a
by
grab.
the youngster.
Great mark there by Dwyer. So he's got it on centre wing. Now they get it into the corridor. This is pretty good footy, but not a good kick. So Cardiff out again. They've got the numbers. Haig. He goes a left-handed handball wider to Koshin and now Thompson. So Thompson just sandwiches one right up in the air to centre half forward. Numbers here with City. So they've got players behind the ball. Baker does well. Right foot little grubber kick goes to Dawes. It's sat up for him. Dawes gave the little left-handed handball off to Mark Wheeler and away goes City through centre wing. Haswell. Again, that's 2 kicks in the last couple of minutes from Newcastle City. They've probably had the right idea, but the execution hasn't been great. Neither's that one. Gee whiz from Haig. That was just a lazy kick. Yeah. Crawford gives it off to Haswell, who's on his left side. Goes with the right boot, though, to Knight. Courtney marks it about 40 metres out. Pretty tough angle. Yeah, no, look, that was a bad turnover. Couple there. After getting the ball from a poor turnover to give it straight back would be disappointing to Coach Dugan and Courtney Knight. Haven't seen a goal kick from this side yet today. Spot on. So Knight, there's one man to do it. It'll be him. Lovely kick. Another poster. Yep. Yeah, I've not seen one of the wing taking the ball across that way. Bit like the MCG kicking goals here. Just with those pockets. Well, you mean because it swirls with the grandstands? That's right. The trees. The trees really created different kind of atmosphere. You know what? I've been in the MCG a few times. I haven't seen a car parked in the outer at the MCG for years, mate. There's been a few.
from when I first went there. There's a big kick coming there. Ryan against Rawnsley, 1-on-1. How up they go. Over the back it goes. It's a foot race here now. You would think that Baker would probably win this for Newcastle City coming there. Ryan just gets rid of Rawnsley. Good work, Michael Ryan. Both decided he didn't know who had the ball, so he grabbed them both. They kicked out there. Good work, Michael Ryan. Well done by the veteran. Should be rewarded here. Good work. Excellent play, Michael Ryan.
Yeah, it was very good. They probably got away with him. Regan Bowe. Dugan would probably look at that. He was just slow to come in and read the footy, whereas the Newcastle backman, I think it was Baker, got to the contest quicker. They need those small forwards streaming forward. Anyway, ball up forward pocket here for the Hawks. They've had a good passage to play here. Mitch Knight, the coach, is on the bottom of that pack. And they keep it in. Still keep it in. This is Jolliffe. Gets on his right side, just kicks it back in towards full forward. That's a mark.
Stewart.
Ben Stewart, strong hands there.
Yeah, good work. They just keep coming, Cardiff. Give them full credit. Give them 100%, 110% if you want,
Absolutely.
mate.
I think, like you said, Dugan was happy at half-time. He's certainly got no reason to be upset in this half. They've kept in touch. Scoreboard pressure is going to be important. They can't afford to miss any of these shots at goal. So, kicks in, Dermot Brereton-esque. It's a good kick from Stewart. Straight through the middle. Cardiff kick their second for the term and keep in touch. 63, playing 45 at number 1 Sports Ground.
Yeah, 18 points. First goal of the game for Ben Stewart. It's the Newcastle Herald. They will no doubt report that because they play an integral part in the Hunter community. The Herald's reporting and commentary leads public debate in the region, and its coverage of local issues from business and politics through to sport and entertainment is second to none. The Newcastle Herald, the voice of the Hunter in print, online and mobile. And
Good segue, Gaz.
yeah, and no doubt I would have thought today's match would be the game that they will highlight today in their online newspaper. So get on there and have a look.
Yep, all single goal kickers to Cardiff. They're sharing the spoils at the moment. So Koshin now doing the ruck work, and it's going to be Dempsey for City. Big Dawes having a break. He's carried most of it today. It's well done down there. I think that's Dwyer. Did he drop the footy in the end? He did, holding the ball.
Yeah, well done, Trent Thompson.
Good passage here for Thompson, and this is where he can bob up. It's going to be... Gee, I just don't know if he's got the distance here,
I
Thompson.
got the distance. I was really impressed with that with Thompson because I was about to make a comment before. Sometimes he just seems a little bit casual going to the ball, and whether it's a kick or whatever. He needs to show that same intensity he did there. If he comes back, take a good kick. It's going to go, it's pulled to the left, way left. Out on the full. But you know what I mean? Like somebody who's just a little bit casual.
Yeah, a little bit nonchalant.
Yeah, you spoke the same about Regan Bowe. A couple of their younger kids just, new to the game, coming out of junior football. It's a different intensity. They need to show that same intensity every time they go at the ball. Everything they do.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Go a long way agreeing with me, mate.
Rawnsley. Kicks long. Is that a mark? No, Spriggs dropped it in the end.
Mark Wheeler standing first, strong through the body. Gets it out there to Mitchell. Handball the back in there, Macaulay O'Malley. He's away. He's got tackled there by Mayo. Good work by Mayo. He come a couple of times there, but he was able to get away with it. It was O'Malley and a big, strong fist coming out there by Sheldon. It's out of bounds.
Sheldon, Stewart, Gibson. These guys don't go at contests half-hearted.
Nah. And you can learn a lot. The young players from Cardiff could learn a lot just by watching the way they go about it.
It's got nothing to do with skill, does it, in the end? It's just attack on the footy and...
No matter how skillful you are, it's not matter how you kick or mark or handball. Anyone out there can go hard at the footy. But there it comes back into danger. They're certainly winning their share of contests. As that time it goes down there.
Oh, I think it was.
Yeah, Regan Bowe gets it there. But Jack Gillingham, that game where we actually saw Newcastle City, and I'm not sure which game it was, but one of their defenders got hurt. A couple of the defenders got hurt. It might have been Josh Whelan. They had to put Jack Gillingham back to centre half back. He's been there ever since, and he's certainly improving every game.
I think the game we did at Singleton between them and Killarney.
That's right. Yes.
I remember his impact. So Courtney Knight now just lowers his eyes and kicks a low under Wheeler. Great kick.
And Gillingham's impact across half back enables them to play Josh Wheeler up forward.
Yeah.
And we spoke about those different avenues to goal that they need to find. Not this game, but the Terrigal games. He could be that option, but he's going to go back there now, and he's going to have a shot at goal. It's take a good kick, but he is a good kick.
Lovely kick of the footy. He's had a few set shots today from these flanks, none of them hitting the right mark. So this will be a important one for him. Wheeler. He's kept it pretty low. Kicks that one out on the full.
That was very low. And not only low, mate, that was very wide.
Yeah. He doesn't mimic his same run-up every time. Sometimes he kind of lumbers in. Other times then he kind of sprinted in, and the consistency just isn't there. I think we're probably, when he's thinking about it, less on the run, like he's one that he pumped from about 60 out here.
He looks better just swinging around the left boot.
Yeah.
So next time he takes a mark, might roll the ball back on the ground, turn around, and just swing on his left boot.
That's an interesting kick there from Koshin.
Very good. good contest. There probably could have been a free kick to Haswell there, but Vukovic did very well. Sam Haig,
That's
a
great
good
handball.
And
So
well run
Koshin's
by
out.
Nick Koshin.
So yeah, this is the broadcast side here. He just kicks it to no one in particular. Gee, disappointing there after that build-up.
Been good, Ronsley.
And Rawnsley, well, he's always good, isn't he?
Yep.
Always probably gets his 20 kicks. Just chips that one back down to the wing. Well done there to Koshin. Read it well. Ends up with Maddock. Now Hillier. Ryan. Left-handed handball again. Hillier. Good play, Cardiff.
Oh,
good tempo footy.
Oh.
But well done there to Mitchell. Just kept his feet.
Yeah.
He left-handed handballs. Ryan just followed up his work. Kicks it out on the full. But he gains 30 metres for his side.
That one there, Alex Mitchell there, just knows how to see it a couple of times today there. The play was to go inboard, but because he's left-sided play, he come back onto this side. He's done it a couple of times. Need to be able to be both-sided. It's Gillingham. Runs it through half back there.
It's a good point, actually. Gee, I got to stop agreeing with you.
No, you're doing well. I said that. Doing really good. So Jackson Crawford, speaking of being really good, he's certainly improved as the year goes on. So is this boy, Jake Harder-Khan. I'm very, very impressed. His pace and run is fantastic, and away he goes there. Has one bounce on the right boot. Probably a floating kick in there. I'm not sure Courtney Knight would have impressed that coming towards him, but Emerson Monk's going to be all right. He picks it up. Connor Haswell certainly covering Prentice territory. He was over here 1 minute, and now he's over there, and it's going to be a free kick paid
For a hold
for a hold.
to Monk. I
Emerson
don't know how it
Monk?
could be a hold when you're on the ground. Anyway, Emerson will... He's giving all the impressions he wants to have a shot as well. I just don't know if he can kick the distance.
That'll be a good kick by Emerson Monk also. He hasn't kicked a goal today. Been reasonable.
Hard to pick probably a standout player. It's been a pretty shared effort from both sides. So Monk,
The best
that's
kick.
not going to register a score. Players fly. Punch back into the hot spot. The danger isn't cleared here for the Hawks. Going to ground was Mitchell. Probably a little bit too easy in the end. Vukovic.
He did him no favours there with that handball.
Yeah, and it was Dempsey who laid the tackle
Yep.
there on him.
Yeah,
good to have Vukovic back in the side.
Yeah, certainly is a good play, good solid defender, and he was he was in the team of the year last year, Ryan.
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, he was team of the year member, very prestigious. That will also be announced at Elliot Davey Medal presentation night. So, and a good reward. Oh, very clever there by Liam Gibson, but Ian Baker, he was also in the team of the year, and he'll certainly figure prominently.
He's got to be there again. I'm going to call it early.
You call it early. Well done. That's good. As O'Malley, good use of the body. Oh, could have been 50 metres
Yeah.
there. I don't think. When he went round, I don't think he went back, but good kick, short kick in there to Mitch Knight. He'll go back. Mitch Knight will certainly have the distance to kick this. He's kicked 2 already, Knight.
Yeah, nice kick of the footy is Mitch. So you'll have to carry it probably 55 metres. Lovely looking right foot drop punt. It's going to miss to the left. Goes over for another point. So just building on their lead here, Newcastle City, as Josh Wheeler sort of signals to the bench that he was holding his groin there.
Again, I don't want that. He's missed. He missed the last 3 weeks through suspense, but he had a groin injury, and look, they can't. If it's not a good injury to have this time of year. We only got 3 weeks after this before the finals. And groin injuries, they take a long time to get better.
Strong
Michael
hands, Ryan. And the kick came from Dalton. Just held it up there. I think that's probably what Cardiff have needed to do a little bit more today. Wait for the options to come to them. Take your 30 seconds.
A bit like the Tigers last night, being able to just wait for the right option. You don't have to always just kick it under pressure.
Deledio was good, wasn't he?
Oh, sensational.
So big Ryan, important kick this one. He launches it. It will have the legs. Another miss. They got magnets today, those behind posts.
Yeah, the trees aren't as blowing. The wind seems to be dying a little bit.
I just reckon that great southern stand over there behind that Commodores
Where the scoreboard is.
causing a little bit of ruckus.
Yeah, the scoreboard. Maybe the wind's coming through the scoreboard.
Yep.
Josh
Wheeler comes off the ground
He looks
here.
hurt, Terry. He looks sore.
Surely you'd put him on ice, wouldn't you?
Oh, he looks... Yeah, doesn't move. Oh, here to go. They can turn this over. Well done by Mitchell Knight, however.
So it's an 18-point margin here in favour of the Blues. Gillingham.
I'm really intrigued by these kick-ins. I hope they kick a few more points, Cardiff, because I really like the way that both sides, how they combat each other. Harder-Khan bounces over his head. That's how hard the ground is out on the wing. And good pressure there by Sam Haig. So, boo. Bit of a crowd coming from the bit of booing. Not happy.
Buzzword of the week.
Yeah, exactly. We won't be going into that, let me tell you, as we go out of bounds for another boundary throw-in.
So boundaries thrown again. We're into time on here in the third quarter. They're still in touch, Cardiff.
3 goals.
Stranger things have happened than for them to really make this a contest.
Yeah, they've matched them this quarter, 2 goals apiece. Big 5 minutes coming up before 3-quarter time. They'd love to be able to get at least one, get back within 2 goals. And like I said, they've been able to score it, but Jason Allington, very
That
strong
went out.
through the hips.
Good decision.
Good
Boundary
call there
throwing.
by Ryan Webster. Not only is he the leading commentator in the region, but he's also a very accomplished boundary umpire viewer
footballer.
Footballer
golfer.
extraordinaire. Well, obviously, his side went down again today. Oh, yeah, they lost last week when you played, sorry, didn't they?
Yeah, we had it.
Yeah, that's
Very
back to
average
back.
last term, let me assure you.
Oh, they didn't get any
I
better
didn't
today.
contribute too much.
So it's Baker, left boot goes around there. Coach, how's it sit? Cruel bounce. They've got numbers there. Sam Payne, good shepherd there by Crawford. Well done. 1-on-1, deep in the... Here, Vukovic uses the body there on Courtney Knight, and he does well again.
Well done,
He handballs
Vukovic.
over the top there. Well done. Handball from Matic back to Vukovic. That's going to stay in there. That's why you're the best bound round player, because that didn't stay in.
Exactly. Could have told you that, Gaz.
Yeah, well,
So-
next time, just say that.
Crawford, centre wing here. Another goal here to Newcastle City. They'll go a long way to winning it. That's probably stating the obvious.
It's been good today, Crawford.
Yeah. Goes to the
Good
forward
call.
flank, but well read there by Mayo.
Yes, I
Cardiff
think
players, there's not a lot of run with them. They're just sort of
Oh.
walking around here on our
they're out
broadcast
the-
side. And
out
now
the
who's
far side.
going
Gordon.
to run across and create the next option? It's going to
That's
be
right.
Gordon to get there first. Adlington's running the other way. Now he leads.
Oh, I haven't got the numbers. Oh, this is
They've
going to be
got
good.
Dalton.
Jamison Monk.
Good
Good
run,
work.
backs
Well done
himself,
by
excellent.
Gordon. That's very, very good play by the youngster. Had the courage to back himself, arch the back and ran through the lines. That's what they need to be doing there more of. But Baker, he's solid down back. Handball back. I think that might be Carroll. Puts the head down. Play-on's a call. Good umpiring again. As we mentioned before, the umpiring's been very good today.
Jeez, it looks like there's some tired boys out there.
It's been pretty full on. It was fairly warm earlier on, and
Certainly
plenty
a
of
good
run.
game of footy. You wouldn't know it's second versus last.
Sixth. Sixth, mate. Second versus sixth.
I didn't want to say that. It sounded like they were closer than they really were in the competition.
Well, they're only a
scheme
couple of
things.
games out of the finals, mate.
So Gillingham, well read there by, is that Mayo?
No, Sheldon.
Sheldon, beg your pardon. Probably should have looked at the TV. Look at that camera work from Bar TV.
Feels like we're actually over there, probably standing in his pocket. Get off the ground, Ryan.
Yeah, so Sheldon wheels around, goes to centre half forward for Ryan, but Jack Gillingham, gee, they got good hands, those two boys. Had a very good second half of the season. Gee, I don't know about the kick, though. Went for Mitch Knight, missed him in the middle of the ground, into that hard service Koshin. That's play on. Went past Gordon, though, and now Haswell. He'll go forward. Knight will mark this.
Yeah. Good
Chest mark to Courtney. Turnover again in the middle of the ground. And look at this, they're out here. Poor checking. Marking the goal square. It's Crawford.
Yeah, good turnover in the by Newcastle City in a dangerous area. Jack Gillingham again taking that mark across half back. They did all the damage, and then they had the pace to run through. And Courtney Knight, Campbell straight off now. Mitch Crawford's going to go back in and kick goal number 3.
So kicks his third today, Crawford. Certainly been one of the more influential players on the ground. And they've certainly looking good now, Newcastle City.
Still only 24 points though, Ryan. It's not out of Cardiff's reach, that's for sure. We're probably a couple of minutes away maybe from three-quarter time. So certainly within the belief they can get a bit of run on, and that's what they need to do. When you keep losing games, that's when you only won one game. It's that winning belief of how to win games. That's the important thing, and they're going to be tested today in the last quarter. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yep. So back in the middle. Dawes back in the ruck for City. He's up against Bow again.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson on 1300 Wilson. We'll be giving them a call, Ryan, for our finals.
Yep.
I'm out here looking forward to the finals here. It should be a cracker. Great knock there that time by Dawes. Well done there, but interfered. Mark Wheeler, he gets it and goes wide. Connor Haswell certainly been really running a merry dance up forward. He's been very good, very impressed with Haswell today, and he goes across the ground. They got the numbers flying up there. Probably should have been a free kick against.
Free?
It should be, but play on's a call. They haven't got too many wrong there now. It's Crawford. Ball goes over the line, out of bounds. For a boundary throw in. They've got to keep working hard. Nearly three-quarter time here. 3 goals to 2 this quarter, favouring Newcastle City. So they're still working very hard. The Hawks, I think that's Dempsey tries to get it out, goes over the head. So they're out here now. Coming out it's Jolliffe on the right boot. That's where they missed Grant in the first quarter. He was running straight through that. So Ryan against Rawnsley, the two veterans. They seem like they've had a couple of foot races today, haven't they? But yeah, they missed that explosive pace of David Grant. I see him down there on the bench. So he's going to play no further part in this game from a
and also
concussion from
James
a knock
as well.
Yeah, knock he suffered after kicking a great goal in the first quarter. That created a bit of a get together of both teams.
So boundary throw in, centre wing here. Cardiff would dearly love another goal going to three-quarter time.
Yeah, and so would Newcastle City, to be honest. Yeah, they think if they one more, give them that 5-goal advantage. But it's certainly been a great contest. Cardiff, they take nothing away from them. They've been really good again. And, Newcastle City, they've been made to work hard, but as good sides do, they just make it work. The inaccuracy for goals, 25 scoring shots to 16, so they've had an extra 9 scoring shots, and, they're 8 behind. I think they kicked in the first quarter. They didn't.
Next week, Cardiff versus Killarney Vale.
Yeah, here again. Why not? Look where we're here. Beautiful, beautiful commentary box. Great viewing area. Great place to watch footy. And Cardiff and Killarney Vale should be a good contest as well.
So that one, a little dabby left foot kick forward there by Monk. Sheldon does well on the bottom of the pack. It was just kicked off the ground there by Maddock. Haig there on the bottom of the pack. No, Hillier maybe.
He's a bit slow getting up on the other side of the ground. Is that Gillingham, is it? Yeah, a little bit slow getting up. Looks to be holding an arm. He's going back to the goal square now, so go back and have a rest back there. As Dawes, just a colossus in the ruck. Gets it down there. Connor Haswell, he's certainly been very impressive, but Stewart has also been impressive for Cardiff. He tries to get on the boot. Picking up there is Chad Mayer. Good use of the hands there. He came and picked it up one-handed under pressure. There's just the pressure there from Carroll. He gets it back there. Dawes going in hard there. Well done there by Owen James. Back it comes there to Regan Bay. They're out here if they can get it there now. And this is Dalton on the right boot. He goes. Looks there for Ryan. He's got the advantage there in front of Rawnsley.
Yeah, good
the
lead.
Next kick's going to be important. He's going deep in the pocket. That's not the kick, Michael.
Disappointing there from Ryan.
Yeah, not the best kick there, and he knows it. Newcastle City there. Until they're there. Won't worry, Michael Ryan. Been a fantastic player. Multiple premiership winning player for Cardiff.
Yeah. Played, 700 games?
700 games. You'd be happy to hear that, mate. No, he's been fantastic.
So
kick the match winning goal. I'm going to reminisce here. 2006 New South Wales Country Championship. Kick the match winning goal from 50 metres as the siren sounds at 3/4 time here, and we've still got a game on our hand, Ryan. There's no doubt about that. 3/4 time. Newcastle City 9-16-70, leading Cardiff 6-10-46.
Cardiff goal kickers. We've got singles to Jay Dalton, Ben Stewart, David Grant, Sam Haig, Liam Gibson, Regan Bow, all single goal kickers actually. With Newcastle City, we have multiples to Mitch Crawford with 3, Mitch Knight has 2, and then singles to Jack Gillingham, Connor Haswell, Courtney Knight, and Josh Wheeler-Gary.
Yep, very good quarter there. Newcastle City won it, but Cardiff is still definitely in touch. So 24 points. What have they got in the Hawks? We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time for the final quarter.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Welcome back to Newcastle number 1 final quarter action coming to you. It is Newcastle City 70. They're leading the Cardiff Hawks 46. In what's been a very even battle for 3 quarters. Newcastle, the cleaner side going forward, probably made more use of their opportunities. But the Hawks certainly 4 goals not beyond them in the final term, Gary.
No, 4 goals, certainly well within the realms of possibility for Cardiff, but they're going to need to do everything right. It's about making the most of every single opportunity that they have, and probably even making the most of some opportunities they don't have.
Yeah, spot on. They've done pretty well in the midfield battle. Really impressed across the half-back line of how they've rebounded Newcastle City, but they're going to have to find a few more avenues to goal. So it's that man again, Regan Bowe, up against a colossal in Dawes, and Dawes straight away gains about 30 metres with a punch. Haig may get there first, or Gillingham for Newcastle. Ends up being Sam Payne. He just wheels around into full forward. Well read, Metcalf. Premier fullback of the competition. This man's not too bad either, Sheldon. So they go by hand out of centre half back. Mayo for the Hawks, gets onto his right side. Is that downfield? It will be. Good decision, Darryl Luck against Josh Wheeler. And I think it might be Dalton. No?
Interesting that Josh Wheeler's back on the ground. He looked pretty sore. Free kick back there in the back when he kicked it.
Yep.
So it goes back there. So, I just find an interesting decision to have Josh Wheeler back on the ground. But anyway, good lead coming down there. Up they go. Bowe. You come there, put the Gibson back there also. Gets a handball off that comes there to Dalton. He's certainly pretty good when he gets a ball in the hands on the ball. It goes over there. Oh, Ronzi, good work there. But certainly by not holding us, let Ryan right back in the contest. Goes one way, goes another. Handball's back to Max Hillier on the right boot. And Dawes goes back there and through for behind.
Cardiff have, I think, in every term kicked the first goal. They've certainly started each quarter with a bit more of a spring in their step. Mick Ryan, just a smart footballer, despite age and maybe a lack of pace, just doesn't go to ground. Yeah,
just strong, so strong through the hips and through the body. And he just knows, once the experienced players know, if you go to the ground, you're out of the contest. And good contest there, but that time by Gillingham, also by Stewart. Liam Carroll picks it up. He's tackled, can't get rid of it, but picked up now by Mitch Knight. He goes back there as Gillingham goes back in for a second. It might be Carroll, actually. He gets the handball out. It's Jack Gillingham now. Handballs it off to goes to Mitch Knight. And away they go there through Mitch Crawford. He has one bounce. He's kicked 3 goals. Handballs off to Courtney Knight. Back to Mitch Crawford. Around the body. Snap at it. Through for behind.
Would have been a good goal, that one. Some of the good players there for Newcastle City getting their hands on it. They'd have to kick probably the first 2 Cardiff.
You see Andrew Wilmot sitting down on the bench down there. Have you seen him much in the play lately? I don't know whether he's
not since, I don't think.
Oh, no, and that's probably why. He's got a bit of a limp happening there.
Certainly the wrong end of the year to be getting hurt. So Cardiff now, it's a good grab taken out there by the makeshift ruckman in Bowe. On the half-back flank here for the Hawks. So he goes long again. Another even contest. Strong hands in the end there taken by Jack Gillingham. Took a really good mark over the top of Koshin. And they elect to switch again. They've done this a few times, but untidy once again. It was Dalton who chopped it off there for the Hawks. Even battle here in the middle of the ground, but a gang tackle laid by the Hawks. I think it was Spriggs and Haig. Force a draw there. Once again, that centering kick from Newcastle City just not reaching its mark, Gary.
Yeah, that's right. They've just been talking to Andrew Wilmot, actually. You haven't seen him. He started the game off really well, but just he's been off the ground since the first quarter with a knee injury. Just landed, he said, awkwardly on his knee. So hasn't played any further part. And so they'll need to get him back for finals.
Yeah, you want all sides going into August full strength.
And Newcastle City certainly still got some players who will come back in and strengthen this side as they go forward again. And Nick Maddock nearly takes a good one-handed mark. Under pressure there from Pat Gillingham. Haswell goes to ground. They could have got a free kick, but Ben Stewart, he's just so strong. Well, speaking of players who never go to ground, Ben Stewart, I think I've hardly ever seen him on the ground.
Yeah. That's why he always looks so clean, Gary.
Yeah, exactly. You're right there. You're right. Oh, poor kick there.
Yeah, that's the kick that's hurt them. It was intended for Hillier, but you can't just float them up like that.
No, especially if they're going to miss the target.
So Knight wheels round onto the right boot. Goes to full forward for his brother. Well done, Vukovic, the fullback.
Very, very good there.
Metcalf and Vukovic, would they be in line for Team of the Year honours?
Oh, yeah, they'd be there and thereabouts. You would think they've... to be perfectly honest, I don't think there's been any real standouts. There's no one who you sort of look there and say, well, gee, they've been a standout player. The free kick's been plucked out of the out of that little scrimmage there, and it's going to go to Courtney Knight. The inside forward 50. He's not the one you want to get the free kick. So
against Stewart, is it?
No, was it Stewart?
Gibson?
I think it was more against. Was it Vukovic? Oh, Spriggs. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dustin
You could
Spriggs.
see
Yep.
Darryl Luck circling there with the whistle.
Yep.
He was always going to pay something. So
Yeah.
Knight goes back. This one won't make the distance. It'll go to the top of the square, uncontested.
And Spriggs has actually
Oh,
gone
no, it's a
back.
blocking free.
Spriggs has actually gone back for another go with Knight. So this is not going to end. This is not going to end well.
So it's going to go the way
back
of...
at Wheeler. You keep an eye on the footy. I'll keep an eye on what's going on
Oh,
over there.
great
Mark Wheeler.
finish, Mark Wheeler. Turned around. Josh didn't end up having the shot. He chipped back to Mark. Played on and just split the middle there with that goal. And now at the job for Cardiff. It's not impossible, but it looks extremely unlikely.
Yeah, good finish there by Mark Wheeler. And a little altercation over the other side there was just all, they just had a little bit of just a personal disagreement, I think it was.
BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions, and the exclusive on-field apparel supplier to the Black Diamond AFL, BLK, Beyond Limits Known.
Yeah, and it's nearly beyond them there now, especially if Jacob Dawes is going to be able to jump through the centre like that. As Stewart goes back there, goes one way again, gets a long sweeping handball to probably going to come back to Dawes. Coming out is Jack Gillingham, but it goes right through there to Nick Koshin. I think it's like a skating rink, that cricket pitch area there is good.
Ah, pass. That's the best passage of play I've seen for Cardiff today.
Is it?
Well, maybe the best skills.
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, some very, very good skills there by Koshin there, and also founding Ryan, and he's certainly come back in pretty good form, hadn't he? Ryan, his hands are
You talking
beautiful.
to me or about him?
Yeah, both Ryans. He probably just needs to work on that helicopter a little bit, though, but it's come back.
Yeah, it's had an unusual look about it, but it gets the same result. They respond straight away there, Cardiff, to Newcastle's goal, and it is an even 4-goal lead.
Yep, still back to the 4-goal margin. The margin we were at three-quarter time, so they just keep hanging in there, but they can't afford to go. It's not a matter of going goal to goal with Newcastle City. The pressure for Cardiff is to get back-to-back goals, and it's been a little while since they've got back-to-back goals. So then that's what they need to do now. Need to get that X-Scott, get to 18 points, get back to 12 points. Get it in there. So they think, hang on, with a bit of luck, we can go our way as Dawes. Watch a big punch coming here. I can see it happening again. But well done by Sheldon. I think even I read that from up here. But it's come down there. It's going to be Max Hillier. It's an important kick. This one, it's not a bad one. Dalton, as I mentioned before, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty lively up forward. He goes to ground there now.
Good give as well.
Good work there, but well done there by Mark Wheeler. But just Mark Wheeler's strength. That's not his strength, is not his kicking that short pass there. And a mark taken there by Sheldon. So they're going to run the ball again. Max Hillier again. Goes one way, goes the other.
Clever.
Get the kick out there, but he's done all right there. I thought it was going to be a 50-50 kick there for a minute, but away. Around goes Mayo. Right boot goes out there in the direction out there. I think there's that Gordon.
Maybe Gordon, yeah. So
Tom
Gordon.
Short pass to Max Hillier. The youngsters combining really well.
So Hillier kicks inside. He goes for O'Neill.
He's got it. No, he hasn't.
Play on the call. Had a couple of cracks at it. Newcastle City might get out of jail here, but it was a good little spoil there by Jeremy O'Brien, I think it was. So now Newcastle City just with a thumping kick at it to centre wing. Clean bowls, everybody. Metcalf will get there first for the Hawks. Mr. Reliable. Good little handball away. And Hillier again, who's been pretty active. Hillier, spearing pass, goes up centre wing, but chopped off. We've seen it a few times. This time Alex Mitchell for Newcastle City. So he wheels around. Delivers inside to Payne. Payne's going to open it up and come out this side, but the kick just wasn't good enough. Too much height, not enough penetration. Haig for the Hawks. Gee, that's an interesting handball. It's gone about half a metre.
His handball to the bloke who was laying the shepherd, but good work there by Will. They're going to turn it over here again. Gillingham shows it one way, shows the other. Back it comes to Crawford. He's kicked two. He's kicked two. 3, And he missed that one anyway. I've forgotten how many he's kicked. That's how well I'm going.
So he kicked 3, but that was a point.
Yeah,
that's what
that's what I'm trying to say, yes. Yes, very good, mate. Very good work there.
So Sheldon,
Some of your best stuff.
the soul kicking in duties today. Plays on this time for the first time. Drills a pass. Nice kick, Tim. Hits Mayo. Half-back flank. Got to roll the dice now, the Hawks.
Good work by Harder.
Did well. Just chopped in there.
Yep.
Dawes.
Oh,
Drills a pass.
good
And
kick by the
lovely kick there from the big man. Now Josh Wheeler. Kicks to a 1 out. Why wouldn't you? Vukovic and Knight. Sensational there from Vukovic.
Yeah, he's been
With
good.
his eye on the footy. I love it when backmen don't get too body conscious. They just watch the ball.
He just backs his leap, and it wasn't the best kick to Courtney Knight's advantage, that's for sure. He's kicked 1 goal today, Courtney. He's had a couple others, missed probably a couple that he would normally kick. But as a Matt Vukovic, he's certainly one of the premier defenders in the competition. There's good work there. And so Chad Mayo, really well done there. He's one of the most improved players as well. He kicks it long there, but so's Jack Gillingham. He's certainly been a very good player. He goes to switch. They're probably lucky there that Rhino slipped over there at the right time. He hasn't got up there yet either. I think his boot might have come off as he goes over there.
Misses the target there. So it's a turnover here on centre wing, and the numbers are with the Hawks. Haig, left-handed handball, gives it back to Haig on centre wing, just backs himself for pace. Don't argue, hold the footy.
No.
Advantage paid here to Newcastle City. Had a bounce at probably the wrong time. Anyway, Mitch Crawford, who's had a great game, goes to centre half forward here. Numbers with the Hawks. Took his eye off it down there was Koshin. Play on anyways to call another whistle from the netball. That's holding the footy. Jackson Crawford plays the advantage this time. Shouldn't have. Sheldon. Poor decision making there from the youngster. So Sheldon on his left side.
That's a
what
good
a
hit.
kick that is. Absolutely perfect on his non-preferred. Hillier has it on the half-back flank. He does some Ks, Hillier. Players slipping over anywhere. They come out to this broadcast side. Good contest there from Dalton. Well done to Carroll. Play on the call. Monk now with O'Malley. So O'Malley kicks to full forward. Who's he got down there? It's Haswell. Over the back is Dempsey. Doing well with Sheldon. Haswell gets their first handball inside to Crawford. Left foot snap at goal. Third goal for Crawford.
With the left foot snap, 4 for the game.
4 for the game for Crawford and Newcastle City. She's warming up her voice on the far wing, Gary.
Yeah, she is. She's clearing the tonsils. And look, that bit of play there, the last few minutes we've had there, just even though we're deep in the last quarter, just the commitment, a good chase there by Crawford. Another one up here, I'm not sure who it was for Cardiff there, who did the same thing and just been able to turn the ball over. So, look, really good football. They're working hard, but once again, Newcastle City, they're just able to get that goal. The inability to get back-to-back goals for Cardiff, just enables them to make any real imprint on the scoreboard. So 31 points to margin at the moment, 11-18, 84 to 7-11, 53.
Really good game of footy, this one. Still good pressure at every contest.
And that's what it is.
Certainly love a ruckman, wouldn't they, Cardiff?
Well, the ruckman they had, he got hurt in the first quarter. So that sort of hurt. Now Dawes is just sort of doing as he wishes. He gets that one down to Mitchell. On the left boot, he goes there for Connor Haswell. He's certainly been impressed with his game today. Short pass looking for Knight. Once again, can't take the mark. That pressure, I think that Vukovic's been putting a well rove there by Mitchell on the left boot. He'll have a snap at goal. Goes back there. Well done by Vukovic. We just spoke about him playing the goalkeeper. And now he gets a quick kick out there to Metcalf. He'll go to handball it off. And away they go again. Cardiff coming out there to Dalton. Dalton up against Gillingham. Good hands.
Yeah. So they play on. They have to. Mayo. It's full of run Mayo still at this stage of the game. Hillier could read this well over the back. Ryan made a contest. Rawnsley just
well
did
done,
it for
Rawnsley.
pace.
Well done. Really, really good
play. Luke Rawnsley now with the left foot delivers perfectly to Payne in the middle of the ground. And this is where the game opens up for Newcastle City. So they go to centre half forward and Josh Wheeler, who's been great today as well. Wheeler gets on the left side. This is when he kicked goals. He lowers his eyes. Lovely pass.
Oh, gee, I think it was meant for Courtney Knight, wasn't it?
Yeah, Haswell put their hands up anyway. Cardiff might get out of jail here, and it'll be through Haig. He lowers the eyes as well, goes for Spriggs. Is that a mark? It is. So Dustin Spriggs plays on as well. He's going to turn around and go for... I thought he was going for O'Neill in the first place, but it ends up in Gordon's hands. That was just a kick to nobody. Jacob Dawes, I've liked his game. Opens play, but that's not a great kick. And Dalton with those strong hands marks on a hard-fought flank for Cardiff. Just chips it up to nobody.
Nah,
who's that to?
Kick. Not a good kick. He went to go out wide in the pocket, but kicked across the body and just sort of come off the outside of the boot, and enabled Baker to take a mark. Once again, solid game again by Baker. Yeah. Wheeler, good lead by Wheeler. He goes there, swings around that left boot. If you're at the man in the mark with Wheeler coming through there, you just know he's going to swing around that left boot. You need to mark that side. It's Haswell, one of the rare times he's run over the ball today. Good work there by Gillian, throwing the ball. Yeah, good tackle there by Hagan. Sheldon, away they go. Can't go there. This should be the Gibson should take the mark there as he takes a mark in front of Baker. Where's the next one? Ryan will be his target. Ryan is his target. Ryan's back there and he's going to chip in and take the mark.
Yeah, it's just well read there by the...
Just didn't have the depth in that kick there. As Knight gets in there, goes in there to Baker. Baker marks in front of Spriggs. Where's the next move? He's got there. O'Malley's there. He wants it laterally. Wheeler's making a lead. Also down there is Haswell. Haswell's probably not a bad option. Look at that. Really good lead by Haswell. He's actually run the defence off their legs, to be perfectly honest, today.
Yeah. Good footballer, Haswell.
Getting better and better each game he's playing. He's going to go back. What's he kicked today? He's kicked 1 goal. We've only had a couple of multiple goal scorers. Mitch Crawford's kicked 4. Mitch Knight's kicked 2. Other singles, well, they're all single goal kickers. 7 single goal kickers for the Hawks. So Haswell.
Haswell comes in. Looks a nice kick off the boot. He's kicked it. Courtney loves it behind the goals. Haswell kicks number 2. Certainly been one of the better players on the ground, and it's all now just... a little bit easy for Newcastle City, but that's what you expect late in the game.
Yeah, Academic now 37 points out, but the Cardiff still like to see Cardiff really the next 10 minutes of this game. They haven't deserved to be blown out. They really, it's not a 60-point loss performance. It was 37 points, and if they're not careful, it can get to that way. They've kicked now the last 2 goals, 3 of the 4 for this quarter. So let's hope that the Cardiff Hawks will manage to get a couple more back and keep the respectability on the scoreboard.
Away we go again in the middle. Umpire will have that one again. Metcalf now doing the ruck work. He's moved up from fullback. Forces a good draw there with Jacob Dawes. And they come away with it here, the Hawks. So to full 4, they go for Bow, just sitting back. What a quarter he's played. This time it's Baker. So switches play for Jack Gillingham. Gary's mentioned him a few times how impressed he's been with his second half of the year. Goes to a one-on-one. Josh Wheeler, terrific mark. He'll go to that left side. Skews the kick a little bit. You can hear the Cardiff fans down there saying, don't let him run around. Well done down there to Dwyer. Just tap the ball to Mitchell. Gets it again to Dwyer, but Hillier sort of worries him out of it. Hillier keeps his feet, reads the ball pretty well, but Dwyer does well also. Battling
it only in this grade. They're also battling the under-17s. Hillier and Dwyer both still in the under-juniors competition. As this has Crawford uses pace to go in there, and he's going to find Dempsey, although he drops what he should have marked there. Still staying in board there. Courtney Knight picks up, and then he runs straight into Koshin, gets a one-handed handball out. So I would have thought it was a throw. Yeah, picked up there. Well done. Not happy down there. Over the shoulder. Free kick going to go the way of Cardiff.
So free kick for a high tackle centre half back for the Hawks. It'll be 50 metres. Against Emerson Monk, I think, down there.
Going to go the way of Dustin Spriggs. Certainly.
So he gets one back, Spriggs. I think he gave away a free kick for a similar incident.
Not a lot,
with Courtney Knight.
Not a lot of love not lost between Dustin Spriggs and Newcastle City on all accounts today. He goes out there, uses it well, gets it to Hillier. How's this pass goes on? Too big again. He just missed a few too many targets today, Max. He gets enough of the ball, but he just needs to do a little bit better with it, and that hopefully will come with a bit of experience. As out it comes there now, they're going to run away with there's Crawford. Right, but he's going to go. You'll find Emerson Monk. Going to look at the handball over the top. There's a future of Newcastle City in that trio there. He goes in there shorting to Mitch Knight, the coach. Good work by Ben Stewart. Josh Wheeler gets it. Should run in there. It's taken there by Maddock. Here comes there, Maddock and Wheeler as we're still going. They're going on there. As back it comes to Chad Mayo.
So play on now through centre half back for the Hawks. Good battle out here. It ends up in the hands of Jolliffe. They move forward again. It'll be Bo chasing the ball down there for the Hawks, and also Ryan. So they get another chance here. So Jolliffe has a shot at goal. This one might miss it. Oh, it's a good grab there. Well read by Jack Gillingham. Still a bit going on down here at centre wing.
I've got my eye on that. You keep an eye
good
on the
stuff,
footy,
Gary.
mate. It's all broken up there now. Nothing happened there.
Ends up clean bowling Dwyer down there. Spriggs will be there first. Surprised not to see him in it. Spriggs gets the handball out to Hillier, and they go back about 30 metres for Mayo. So Mayo backs his pace. Kicks long now to the goal square. This looks a good contest. O'Malley reads it well.
Well done.
Macaulay O'Malley just kept his eyes on the footy. And they got numbers out on this far side, Newcastle City.
Wheeler.
As it bounces,
Wheeler's
Mark Wheeler.
Goes through half back. On the right boot, good kick there. He's going to find Dempsey, who marks there. Stewart a couple of metres behind him. Courtney Knight makes the lead. Dempsey sits it up there. And there is Vukovic. Good lead, good mark, good pass, good football.
Courtney Knight. He doesn't pass off too many of these.
Especially when you've only got one on the board.
Yeah.
No.
Have to be a pretty freakish remainder of the season for Courtney to win the Morris Goolagong medal this year. John O'Goulet leading that one. So, Knight. Kick on its way. Will it hold that line? It won't. It'll miss to the left.
12-19, 91. 7-11, 53 Cardiff. So Newcastle City, we played nearly 20 minutes, almost into time on. Goes out there wide. Ryan puts the one hand out there, using a bit of experience. Lays a good shepherd there for Vukovic. He passed that off there as Mitch Knight. He screws back a dangerous area. Doors is down there, pushes them out of the road. But good work by Sheldon and also good work there by Ben Stewart. He runs through the centre of the ground. See how they don't waste possessions, do they? That is brilliant there as Max Hillier gets it. As I said, he's won plenty of it. Probably hasn't used it his best. Goes to Sam Haig. Sam Haig certainly had another good performer, wholehearted performer is Hay. Another good kick there to Jolliffe. Let's find a command. He goes straight for goal. And out of bounds on the full.
It's lacking a little bit of polish going forward. The delivery's been a little subpar in the second half to Dalton and Ryan down there.
Yeah, I think it's just been I think you'd be happy with the performance. You'd never like losing, but I certainly think once again, another wholehearted performance by Cardiff. They're on the first goal, become the 8th individual goal kicker for Cardiff, and well done to them.
Yeah, good play. Free kick in the middle of the ground. Sheldon, a smart footballer, chose to kick long.
Women's games today, all played here at number 1 sports ground. Nelson Bay, 17-14, 116 defeated Lake Macquarie, failed to score. Wyong Lakes, 5-8, 38, Maitland, 2-7, 19. Warners Bay, 3-6-24, defeated Newcastle City, 3-3, 21. And look, they were fantastic, the women. I was here, Ryan, commentated the whole lot. What a fantastic day's football. They certainly bring a lot to our code here. And the game there between Newcastle City and Warners Bay was a fantastic in front of a good crowd. 3 points in it. It was women's football. They just show you don't have to score high-scoring games to have good football.
Yep. Spot on. So they go forward here again, Cardiff, coming off a goal.
Regan Bowe.
Doing well down there was Bowe, who's played everywhere today. That's a bit of a funny kick, but might reach its intended target in Stewart. It doesn't. It's well done to Mitchell. Just got on his left side, as you keep mentioning, Gary. Goes for Gillingham, and he'll get him. Gillingham marks, wheels around. He's got Crawford on his own, just sits it up on top of his head. Crawford, strong grab.
Yeah, very good.
Used his body to sort of shepherd out the space, protect the space, I believe they call it.
The footy dictionary,
That's
protecting
right.
the space.
Yeah.
Good work, mate. You've done very well.
Gary, today you'll be deciding the Dusthound Hound Play of the Day.
Thanks, mate.
And any advice, let me know.
I need some advice on that one.
I think it might come from the first half. If it was me deciding, just drills that one, Crawford.
So 6 goals to Mitch Crawford.
6 goals. He's gone a long way to getting himself a teriyaki sub, let me assure you.
Yeah, very, very impressive that being performance by Mitch Crawford. A fantastic acquisition to the Blues side coming across from WA just before the clearance deadline. And he's got better and better with each game.
Entertainment Grounds Central Coast. The Entertainment Grounds has quickly established itself as a premier events location on the Central Coast. It is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Yeah, they won a big award, the best just the other day on the Central Coast. So congratulations to them, the newest partner of the Black Diamond AFL, and we're certainly grateful for that.
It's a good goal there to Crawford. Certainly a 4-quarter effort. In the middle again, it's Mark Wheeler doing the ruck work now. Got a little tap down to Payne. That'll be a high tackle downfield. And it's once again the Cardiff player. I don't know who that is. It might be Spriggs. Who certainly doesn't hide much.
Nope.
Payne. Full time here at Newcastle number 1. And Newcastle City take the 4 points to the tune of a victory, 15-19, 109. The Cardiff Hawks, 8-11, 59. Gary, the goal kickers.
Yeah, goal kickers today for Newcastle City. 6 to Mitch Crawford, 2 each to Courtney Knight, Connor Haswell, Mitch Knight. Singles to Josh Wheeler, Jack Gillingham, and also Mark Wheeler. For Cardiff, all 8 individual goal kickers to Jay Dalton, Michael Ryan, Ben Stewart, David Grant, Sam Haig, Liam Gibson, Regan Bowe, and Jason Adlington.
Yeah, good all-round performance today from Newcastle City. We'll look at the Hawks first in terms of some of their better players. Thought the second half was really good for Chad Mayo, provided plenty of run out of centre-half back. Ben Stewart was great through the middle of the ground as well. Zach Metcalf was ever reliable, as he is every week. Max Hillier got plenty of the footy, probably a few of his disposals left a bit to be desired. Just as we look down, Tim Sheldon was clean across full-back as well. And Regan Bowe, I thought, tried hard pretty well through the ruck also. To the victorious Newcastle City team, Josh Wheeler just tried all day. He's a colossal up forward, certainly going to go a long way in their side deeper into this season. We know that Wilmot was out of the game early with potentially a knee injury, which won't be great. Rawlsey was as good as ever, as was his mate Baker back there. Connor Haswell had a fantastic game. Thought Mitch Knight was pretty good as well. Jacob Dawes through the ruck, but probably for the definitely for the $20 Subway Man of the Match voucher, we're going to give it for a 6-goal effort to the number 22 from Newcastle City, Mitch Crawford, Gary.
Yeah, look, thoroughly deserved, Mitch Crawford. And I've got the Dus Haas Hound. Very good, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah, starts to be jealous.
Yeah, Hound Award. It's going to go back to... didn't know there was a lot of real highlights in the game that was going to win that, but I'm going to go to a player I thought from down back for Newcastle City, a number of occasions, got the ball, took the line on, run bounce, and that's Jake Hardekanen. I thought he was fantastic across half-back, and a lot of his plays set up a lot of forward thrust there for Newcastle City. So the Dus Haas Hound player of the day will go to Jace Hardekanen from Newcastle City.
Good on you, mate. So next week, as we know, it will be Cardiff versus Killarney Vale. That'll be once again from Newcastle number 1 Sports Ground. Gary, did you want to go around the ground with any scores? Or
no, all done. We've got them all there. We read them out all early. We've got the big game, Terrigal Avoca versus Killarney Vale at Baddo Bay. That'll be kicking off in 5 minutes. The late game today, Nelson Bay and Warner Bay, of course, have got the bye. So look at number 1 Sports Ground. Too good today, Newcastle City, 15-19, 109, defeated Cardiff, 8-11-59. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. I want to also thank Bar TV, once again, the best in the business, brought that coverage to you. And Ryan, once again, another quality call by yourself. So on behalf of Ryan Webster, I'm Gary Birkinshaw. We look forward to catching up with you next week, once again, from number 1 Sports Round, when we do Cardiff versus Killarney Vale. Good night.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33. I'm going on my break.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.